Yeah, I asked my Chinese friend. He said it's the year of the boy for sure. It was so.
Is that me or
That's
was that
got to be
somebody
true.
else? You could have. Is it me? It's my
You're white. Um,
O great one, of the moon, of the stars, O fleeting whisper of lost knowledge, grant me many eyes, so I may see the boys, and find comfort in their bosoms. Grant me ears so I may hear the boys, that I may experience this 5th episode of the perfect Boycast.
Watch him rise. He has seen it. Watch him ride. He has seen it. The 5th episode of the perfect Boycast is now unavoidable. May we all sleep soundly in our graves.
Anyway, the topic of today, simple. It's a new year. We're gonna talk about Gremlins. We're not gonna talk about Gremlins.
don't you get me excited like
We're not
that.
gonna talk about Gremlins. I'm sorry. I blue balled you so bad. I'm so sorry. I saw your face and I was like, we're not talking this shit. No.
The little highlight of my day.
God damn it. We're just gonna talk about, games that we played towards the end of the year. One specifically, which would be Inscription, because not to spoil, I think it's
Can
yeah, go for it.
I'm gonna come out and say this before you even say anything. I have this hunch that we are going to have completely different opinions on this game.
Maybe. I love the game.
Yep.
I loved it.
I hate the game.
You hate the game. I loved it.
I resent a lot of the game. But that's do you know the dev? Like, not personally, obviously, but have you played Pony Island and some of his other games?
Not a fucking clue. Never even heard of it.
Okay, so we'll get into this as we go. You've beaten it completely, so you know exactly what's going on.
Yeah, okay, so I'll preface that we'll spoil it, I'm assuming. We'll spoil
Yeah, well,
the game.
I think we'll give I think
we'll say it again.
We'll like mention when we're going into like the heavier spoilers. But oh wait, let me see. This is
But yeah,
interesting.
Elden Ring,
Yeah, let me...
who's gonna beat it first? Oh, I don't know if we can give you a compliment. Oh, you've got such a winning smile. Such a winning smile.
I didn't have to say that, but I appreciate it.
Damn it. We'll talk about Elden Ring. We'll talk about games like for the year. I mean, I have a couple in my mind that I'm excited for.
Me too.
And then some I'm a little cautious for, and et cetera, et cetera. But I think the big one is what we're gonna talk about, because I know Dan before this said, like way before this, when we said we were gonna talk about it, that he has big issues with it. And now he says he resents it and hates it. But
I hate it for the same reason
Skylandos,
that
you clever little
I
scallop.
really don't like Persona 5, which is a funny comparison because these games couldn't be more different. However, it is because I see a huge amount of wasted potential because okay, let's open up. Let's say spoilers start here.
Spoilers start now.
Spoilers start here. Do you know about Daniel Mullen's ARG? That's the creator of Inscription. Do you know about his ARG for
What's
Inscription
an ARG?
for Pony Augmented reality game?
Is that just like the meta thing?
In Inscription, when it would cut away to the live action scenes with the guy doing the collectible cards?
Yeah.
That is the real story behind all his games is, and I'm going to say it right now, and because I know this, I guess actually you're blessed with knowledge. The fact that you don't have this information, and it's that the story happening in the background is that the devil created created code which the Nazis discovered and said, "This is such evil code."
That's what the game says?
And then Hitler was like, "This code is so evil," so he killed himself.
This happens in this game?
This is the story in the background. Like literally, even in that one, you can get I believe Inscription has a picture of Hitler's corpse with like a little clutch thing, and it's like, oh my god, that's the evil code. and Pony Island, which is the game before. He might have had some in between. I haven't played all his games, but it's you play it and you're stuck in the game because it's like that because the devil made it, and Inscription is a game also using that devil code.
Oh, it's the same
And
thing. Is it a sequel
they're
then,
all
or is it like
connected.
a?
They're all it's the game company that
Oh.
that is it's the same company that made Pony Island, and the same company that made Inscription in world, right? Like in
Oh.
lore.
Okay. Okay.
And you know what? I want to root for you, Daniel Mullins, because you're a local creator. We're of the same blood, really. Not just because our names, but also he's a British Columbia boy, just like me. However, his ARG, that augmented reality game, has it that with from the details I told you, is the stupidest one I've ever encountered, and the fact that he shoehorns it into every single game he makes them that much weaker for me. And Inscription was a game that I don't know if you played the demo when the demo first released. That's what I first experienced. It is just the first act, and it
Okay.
had so much raw potential.
I think the first act is its best part. Don't get me wrong.
Almost every other thing in that game makes me so bitter. Not just because it's not the first act. Once again, same thing I say about Final Fantasy VII Remake, same thing I say about P5, same thing I'll say about this. I don't hate it because it wasn't what I wanted. I hate it because it thinks it's so smart with the way it subdues the player, and he thought he was so clever in the way that none of his advertising shows that the game is going to take a complete different twist. It's going to take but it's I've seen many people say that, and they're like, no, you got to understand it's the Steam page, it says it's a deck building game. It's a deck building game. It's like, yeah, I get it. I get it's a deck building game. I like the game that's presented for me. I like the demo. I bought it because the demo was this horror themed thing that had no no hints at something, just completely shifting genres. And then I resent the literal last part of the game. I actually like the second part better than I like the last part, because the last part feels so bitter and self-sucking to me, where it's literally like, oh, the robot guy in the end of the I'll explain quickly. In the end of the game, that you're trapped in a similar escape room scenario.
Yep, with the robot.
But it's the robot's like trying to make the game go by as fast as possible so he can become god of Hitler's Hitler's code.
Is that what it is?
Well, he wants the game to get released on Steam.
Well, that I understand. That I understand. He wanted to release the game, and then like there's a thing in it, and he wants that to be out there or
that's
something.
the secret data, and that's what it is. That's what the secret data is.
That's the Hitler data is the secret data?
Yeah, that's the devil's the devil Hitler data. And that's why this game makes me so angry. That's why at the end, the last live action scene is him being like, no, and he hits it with a hammer, like he hits the floppy disk with a hammer, like a stupid monkey.
Yeah. That I didn't care for.
Then a horribly acted fucking agent of Funko Corp or whatever their fucking
I forget their name.
Yeah, whatever their game development company's name, and comes there, and she's like, you shouldn't have done that, and then shoots him. And he goes down with some of the fucking SNL acting I've ever seen.
Some cornstarch and water and a little bit of red food dye on the ground.
Yeah, garbage. That part, at least. I
see.
I will fully commit. I'll even make, like, this is my promise here. This is like a rune. I'm promising you through the rune.
Rune's up in the air.
So let's be clear. This is a binding ritual. I understand why people like the game. I get that it's like this mystery you're building towards the story and everything, and even the story that's contained within the game. I get why people can like it and even love it. However, for me, there was like this icing on the cake moment where the game ends up just completely committing to its background lore, and they introduce at the very end, you played through it, when you start doing the games with all the other guys while all the data is getting deleted at the end, and I'm like, man, wouldn't that have been a game I'd like to play? Wouldn't they? Don't I wish that there were some options for that? Apparently they released a thing recently. I don't know if it's a mod or if it's
I saw it's just like part 1, but it's just part 1 with like a kind of Slay the Spire-esque type of situation.
Yeah, where
which is like fine. That's fine. So my overall thought, I enjoyed the game a lot. I think it was my favorite game title that came out last year, and that's only because, well, I didn't play that much. If I'm being honest, I didn't play that many games last year. Not that I like. I just really didn't have that much time to play games. There was a ton of great games I wanted to play. Well, Knots 1 and 2 was what I intended to do, but I didn't have time to. So Knots 1 and 2, well, Psychonauts.
Oh shit. Yeah, sorry, you just said Knots, and I've in my mind I was like, yeah, Psychonauts, of course. But there's something else. Like, I know your behavior, I know your preferences, and when I hear Knots and I see you, I just think of you when the dog go at you. But that's about
yeah. It Takes Two I saw was quite enjoyable.
Yeah, but now they're gonna have to call it something different, apparently.
Oh, I did not see about that.
You didn't see that? Apparently, Take-Two Interactive is suing them for.
That's hysterical. That's so stupid. Nice. It's stupid. But
it's the stupidest thing in the world. It makes no fucking sense.
Dumb. But yeah, I didn't play that many games, so I enjoyed this one. It was a fun title. I mean, even with Hitler, whatever code, I think that's like the weak storytelling part. I could care less about him fucking smashing shit. I just thought it was a real fun little contained meta commentary on. Well,
that's where you're wrong. It's not contained.
Well, that's what I think. Well, that's my intention. Like in my head, I was like, oh, this is contained. Look, he's opening cards. This shit is so goofy and wacky, and he opened the cards, and it was funny, and I chuckled.
When they first started doing that, when the first one, I was like, oh, it's like some goofy, weird intermission thing. It's like the fucking Germa stream where he started opening Grotto Beasts. Like,
I loved it. I thought it was so good because I was like, he's like, and I hope I get that hollow, and I got nothing. And I was like, this kind of hurts because this is what I did for a couple of streams. This is wacky and cringy, and it made me think that it was, well, it is a little wacky and a little cringy.
Yeah, the only problem is when it starts to take itself completely seriously.
Yeah, when it starts to do like, oh shit, this is getting real. I was like, I'm not sure if I'm as much on board with this. And you're right. Part 3 showing off like the little chunks, the old lady, and a little bit of the magician with the fucking dual disc. I was like, I
love the dual disc.
The dual disc was sick when he goes, I was so happy. My favorite part of the game is for sure part 1. The problem with it was, and I did it on stream, I think I beat part 1 with all its puzzles, aside from maybe, I don't know, 1? No, I did. I'm pretty sure I did all the possible puzzles within 40 minutes. And like, for like a game,
yeah, it's short as hell. Like, that's the thing. It's
short.
Part 1 is short, and that's why I understand why people say you want more. Part 1's so short and so simple. Like, do you even know how broken the card game is in part 1? Like, it's
that's the point. Like, that's the thing. If the card game is broken, that's fine. The card game was easy as fuck. Like I said, my second run, I squirreled into whatever. Like, I fucking rolled it.
Yeah, as soon as you get the squirrels, it's over.
Right. And I understand that because it's now there's a story and you need it to progress in such a way. So and apparently there are elements in the game that make it easier and easier as the runs go by. I never had them happen, but whatever. I just, like, as advertised in my head, escape the room, card game. If I had 4 sections of that with the different things, I'd think this game was, like, above and beyond maybe one of my favorite things ever.
Yeah, and if I'm being completely fair, let's say that a reason why that couldn't happen is because it's made by, like, one dude. I get it.
Yep.
I totally understand that, although I think he's got a team now. But still, point being, it's made by a very small team of people. I get that. Development time, all of that. It's just, there's a hard cut right after part 1 where the game goes from... oh man, this is this new idea, this is this new concept, this is this fun like escape room thing, and immediately it's like pulls the curtain back. It's like, oh, fooled you. Did you know the devil made this code? Did you know that this? And I know that's obviously it's not necessarily surface level stuff, but immediately it just takes a backseat and it looks at itself from like a meta perspective where it's like, oh, now you're looking back on the 4 dudes and now you get to be the what. Oh God, I mean, my complaints at this point I've kind of sat on top of them long enough.
I don't think I necessarily disagree. I think the best parts of the game are the parts that aren't really the story. I think the fun little I'm opening cards gag I think is awesome. I think part 1 is great. And like you said, I just wish there was. I don't know if I'm necessarily disappointed because I do think it's a little fresh in my head, like as far as a concept. So I couldn't like I never played 7 remake, or I never played Persona 5, right? But I've definitely heard enough criticisms as to why those games could be more. This game, it was the first one in my mind, and I was like, okay, it's short, it's compact. It not being more isn't the worst thing, and in a quiet year for me, I was like, this is pretty good.
Yeah, and you want to know what?
I think,
like I said, personal gripes aside, like I get why people like it.
yeah, I like that they touched upon the other little fellas, like the other little characters pop in from time to time. Like it was cute. Like those parts are cute. If there's overarching big boy lore and when he's fucking smash a thing, I'm not gonna lie, that's not even for me. I could give less of a care. Obviously he made it there with the intent to have somebody, to have people care, because obviously he put effort and time into that. That wasn't for me. I enjoyed the game despite that implementation, and I can understand why you think that it was implemented poorly. Because honestly, me not caring is probably a good exercise into why it's not implemented very well. Because I could give less of a care of him dying. Honestly,
can I give you a short tidbit about the game that's very funny to me, and I'm almost positive this is true. I've seen multiple people report on this. However, if it isn't, I'll take the blame for spreading this, but I am confident enough that this is true based on what I saw.
Okay.
Is that so? The way the ARG worked was that because it's an augmented reality game, there were real things in the real world that people could go find. You know what geocaching is?
Yeah, like they did that with the. Oh fuck! It was like a couple of years ago. They did that with balloons, right? With the Okay, I think this is an American thing. Yeah, the Bureau of Defense, I think, had like a couple of balloons fucking placed around the world, and they wanted
I'm glad
to
that's
see,
what they're busy with.
I think they wanted to see if people could like crowdsource balloon finding, and some school did like 8 hours or some shit, and the people were like, "Wow, that's amazing."
So they don't fucking militarize.
I don't know if it was Defense. It was definitely it was a government sanctioned, like they're like, find the balloon, get $10,000. Like that was the thing. It was years ago. I remember this being like, no, it was a while, maybe like 6, 7, 8 years ago. I'm pretty sure Colbert did it. He did like a cover on it. But yeah. So I know what you mean by geocaching and stuff.
So they hid like clues to the story around the real world. A few of them were kind of cool. It's in the way that like I literally, one of them I'm pretty sure I recognized. Like it looked like somewhere I have been, but it probably wasn't. But it's because a lot of them were hidden here in BC. I think they all were. Okay. Anyway, point being, so he'd have like a recording, they'd upload it. They were poorly acted, but they'd get the guys, whoever found it, they'd be waiting for them, and then they'd meet up, and like the creator Daniel Mullins would be there to like fake attack them.
Nice. I love that. That's so cute, but I understand. That's cute.
It is cute. Like that's not even. I'm not mad at that at all. What's funny is that there was a certain point where people started solving his ARG puzzles faster than he wanted them to, and this is kind of a bit. I'll say this is a bitch move. You can't do this if you make an ARG. Is then he took the site down where the clues and everything were localized, so people couldn't figure stuff out anymore.
Oh, boring.
And it's like no. You don't get to do that. You don't get to say, oh, you're figuring it out too fast. When you put it up, that completely spoils the whole thing. I think some people got pretty mad about that, but I just thought it was hilarious.
That's pretty funny.
It's like you did, and once again, I don't mean to malign him because I respect, he's done more than me in my goddamn life, but the idea that you're like, oh yeah, these clever puzzles, I'm so smart, put them out, and then people are like, oh shit, this is easy, and they fucking solve it all.
Yep.
Make it to the very end, and you're stuck there with your pants down, and you're like, no, slow down. But
yep, that's cute. That's funny. Look, I'm glad he's so. You know what? Regardless of whatever the fuck the code or whatever all that stuff is.
He is more attached to this. I respect how attached to this.
I was gonna say,
fucking
I respect the
stupid
passion.
story he is.
I don't know if it's stupid. You know what? I'm gonna find out. I'm gonna play those other games. It could be the cat's pajamas, dude.
Pony Island's short as hell. It's a good game, and it's tongue in cheek enough that you're like, oh, it's code by the devil. Like it feels like a joke. But when you look at Inscription and there's a literal picture of like Hitler, like with his hands over his chest, dead on the ground.
Do I have
with
to play
code.
the game again? Do I have to find this? There's no way.
It's like I think it's hidden in the files. I think that's what it is.
Okay, well I'm not gonna do that. That's too much work. Fuck that.
You can just look up Inscription Hitler picture and
I'm
it'll
gonna
probably
look it
pop
up
up.
right now.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's see.
Inscription. Let's see here. At least Google has not immediately shown. My Google thinks all fucked now. I just looked up Inscription Hitler. God damn it.
You're. I mean, now it thinks you're in the market.
God damn it. Oh my god. All right. Well, I'll find it in incognito mode, so nobody will track. Nobody will know. I'm invincible.
I mean, your ISP still knows what you're typing.
I give the game a.
Wait, what are we rating it out of? Out of 100, 10, or 5?
I do a 10 with decimals.
Okay, 10 with decimals.
And you can rate it. So I rate most of my things off of enjoyment on the level, and then above 5 is positive.
Matt, let me be clear with you right now. You can say whatever you want, and I will remain silent. I'll even smile right now. I'll just drill you for it later.
I give it 8.2.
8.2. 8. I don't know why 2. That's so weirdly specific, but
all right, I'll give it 8.4.
No. I'll
give it 8.5. It's 8.5. It's 8.5. It's 8.5. Shut the fuck up. 8.5.
I'm gonna do 3.33 repeating because I think it had infinite potential.
That's so corny. You're a fucking cornball. Gorilla Munch belongs to you.
Yeah, put it in my mouth. I'm opening it up.
Yeah, I'll hover it over here. Beautiful. That's perfect. Yeah, no, I get it. I'll drop it down. I'm dropping it down to 8. I wish it was more of part 1 and more of that funny little old lady.
Yeah, it's just a matter of when I signed up. In the tags on Steam, which they change. I saw those fuckers. I saw you fuckers.
He saw them.
We're
pointing to the camera, Daniel
Mullins.
Daniel Mulligan.
I saw those tags before you changed.
We saw those. We saw them.
Your Steam tags were different before people got angry.
You fuck.
You fuck, and I don't even know if it still says horror in it. I went in because I thought it was a horror card game.
I was also wishing that. Okay. How good would it have been? Okay. I am now mentally theory crafting the a card building escape room whatever fuck game.
Yeah.
They shouldn't have gave me as much time to walk around as possible. They should have gave me like a fucking minute, or they eat me or something. Unless she just says, "Get the fuck back in the chair, or I will eat your toes," or something. And I would have been like, "Oh shit!" And then I would have
awesome and like, developmentally brave. Like that's.
Thank you. Well, no, because you're right. If it's supposed to be horror inducing, right? The stress should be there should be stress involved. There should be stakes. And
but you
honestly,
know what? I
got no stakes.
I didn't even mind the lack of. After a while, after you play through, like you die a few times or whatever. In part 1, you realize, oh, we're just looping, and then the puzzles remain solved. It's cool. It still is cool. However, I think part of that is the fact that part 1 was designed with very little depth, which is the shame. Like the illusion of depth is there because you start solving these puzzles and you're like, how will these relate to my horror experience later? But they don't in the end because all of those are just to get you to part 2 and then to part 3, which that was disappointing for me. But yeah, you're right. It really is like as soon as you get up and you start solving puzzles. I mean, aside from the ones that are literally limited to like, oh, have you died before? Do you have the knife? Do you have this?
Do you have the right eyeball? Like.
Yeah, exactly. Do you have the right eyeball?
Also, come on, be a little more subtle. Like it's like, all right, pick an eyeball. But look at that crazy glow. Yo, that eyeball looking. Look at that eyeball looking at you.
It's the most obvious one in there. Yeah, what they could have done is said, oh, he had like the one we need is like a fucking a green eye with like a fucking I don't know what do people have in their eyes and a fucking cataract.
Yeah. Like a crazy looking sty. Pick the diseased eye. Like
here's the thing. When I first did it, I was like, that one's so obvious. I'm gonna see what the one with the 2 split pupils does. It does nothing, and none of the other ones do anything.
Lame.
So
See, I picked the glowing eyeball because I was like, all right, what will this stupid little eyeball reveal?
Well,
and then it was
yeah, exactly. And then
it was like,
the...
okay, clock. I'm like, okay, all right, okay, got it.
I actually, I was with Sarah at the time, and we were solving, and by the time we got the eye, I think we'd already solved the clock puzzle.
You two are the fucking people that are like, oh shit, the jail cell. Oh, the bars fell off. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Oh, that's wacky. Let's just walk through now. We solved it. What's that, a lock? Oh, that's weird.
Maybe.
I don't need the lock. Maybe that may be how we get out of the rooms. But yeah, 8. Somebody should develop a more fleshed out one with more puzzles. That'd be awesome.
Yeah, make it sexy. That's all I'm saying.
Ooh, make it sexy.
I've been saying this for years.
2022 is the make it year sexy.
Make it year year of the boy. Make it sexy.
Oh, I'm changing the title right now.
Yeah. Not bad. Not bad.
Not bad. But yeah, no, I don't think our opinions were too, like, I mean, obviously, contextualized lore.
Yeah, like I'd say if you ever, because like it's short, if you ever get a chance to play Pony Island, you'll see why it's so strange how like seriously he takes the world's stupidest ARG, which I thought was the point at first. I thought with Pony Island it was supposed to be like, oh, this
Like
is
a
so
funny little
ridiculous
gag.
that it's like this funny thing in the background of the game that's a little spooky, but in like the when you're playing the game, like a context wise, but at the same time you're like, this is just silly.
I'm pretty sure
now it seems like he was actually serious, and it was actually supposed to be.
Yeah, now that you mention it, I'm pretty sure there was like I'm pretty sure on my YouTube I was recommended a game theory, and I'm like, all right, so this is where we're going. There's that much to it. You guys want to make a video? All right, I mean, okay, I'm gonna check out, but I had fun playing my little cards and whatnot.
They were regular size cards.
Well, they could still. All right, that's fair, I guess. Well, how do you know they were regular sized?
That's actually, you want to know what? Touche. I got. Those cards could be any size. Who knows how tiny your little guy was? When you get into the second act, your guy sure is tiny, so who knows? Maybe he's that big always.
There you have it.
But okay, so did we ever? We just got to the end of our conversation. Did we ever fully explain what Inscription is?
No, not even once.
Okay,
Inscription was published by Devolver Digital and developed by Mr. Mulligan, Daniel Mullen.
Mullen, I'm pretty
Daniel
sure.
Mullen.
I keep saying Mulligan, but that's just not right.
I thank you. In its initial release, which is when I purchased it, according to the Steam title, it is I'm not looking at this, by the way. I'm being all awesome and remembering all of this. It was a horror-based roguelike card game, Escape the Room. I believe that's how it was advertised, something along those lines. You're trapped, and there's this grass guy who says, play my card game or die. And you say, okay. And then you play the card game, and you die, probably. But then, you can walk around the room, uncover puzzles, figure out the secrets of the room, and learn why the grass man is keeping you here. Can you beat Grass Man and escape the cabin? Find out in this spooky little adventure is how it was advertised. And then from there on, once you beat the Grass Man, it's not that, but there's some cute little things, some fun little gags, videos that we've said. I personally enjoyed them. I thought they were a little too real, and they did kind of hit.
Yeah,
they're goofy and
again,
cringy.
You're totally like, it's cute when you're like, oh, this is a funny little side thing.
This is
like
cute.
an intermission, right? But then
it
clearly is the actual plot of the game.
A dark turn, a demonic Hitler. Well, Hitler has not been confirmed yet, but demonic. Spooky
It's also weird
code.
that you playing the game is both you playing the game, but also technically the guy playing the game is strange.
Yeah, it's a little weird.
Because every time the camera pulls back to him, he was the one playing it. But when you're playing it, I mean, it's interacting with your hard drive in the parts that are relevant.
Oh yeah, there's some fun little mechanics. Were they difficult mechanics? No, they were cute. They were fun. I think the little things that they did were very fun, and they were coy and they were cute. I based off of the bigger elements of the story or whatnot, I think they are a bit weaker. I think they're a bit shallow. or deep for no reason, or ham-fisted, or whatnot. But
Oh my god.
it is something made with love, and I do think it was my favorite indie title of last year.
Yeah. I found. Look at this.
What did you find?
It's like an egg.
Dude, I've got one of those in my room. I'll bring it next show. I got oh,
Oh.
is that a lychee?
Oh.
Did you actually put that in your? You actually did put it in your mouth.
I don't know where this came from.
Why?
Will
Why
you
did
raise this with me?
Catcoin, did you lay this egg?
I was about to say that. Damn it! I was trying to do one last piece of filler before I said, "Yo, did you lay this?"
You fool!
Fuck.
You fool. Okay, that was good though. I'm glad we talked about it. I
Yeah,
can't wait
and-
I can't wait for Danielle Mulligan's next title, which will be.
I'm gonna strangle you.
Oh, what's wrong?
Not you wanna know it? Go on.
It's gonna be.
You'll deal with this later.
It's gonna be an AR basketball racing game. It's gonna be awesome. It's gonna be great.
It could be. That's the best part of his games, aside from the fact that he often has creative ideas that end up in the end bowing to his ARG instead of fully fleshing out those creative ideas and making a game I would actually want to finish. Regardless, all I'm saying is one of one of the great things about his development cycle is that all his games are incredibly different. So who knows? Maybe you're right. Maybe it will be an AR basketball game.
No, basketball racing. You forgot. It's basketball with racing
Basketball
elements.
racing.
Or racing with basketball elements. Your call.
So
Flip a
race.
coin.
Oh, so it's a Okay, so let's flesh this out first.
Okay.
What is a racing game with basketball elements? What is a basketball game with racing elements? I
Okay,
think
so
the-
it's
I think
okay. So
racing
all right,
game
here it is. No,
easier
here. Watch.
conceptualize.
It's a first-person racing game. You're driving. Think Mario Kart, I guess. I don't fucking know. But you're racing, and then instead of running over items, boom, you go into or it's third person, then you go into a first-person shooting Wii Sports Resort, fucking basketball mini game. You have to shoot it in.
You got
to get
fucking bullet time.
your stupid little mushroom power up.
This is just Rocket League.
Oh fuck! No, shit. Fuck
We just reinvented the game that exists.
Damn it.
Wait, what's the other one? The other one is a basketball game with racing elements. I have an idea for this one.
Okay.
Basketball court
Okay.
is massive.
Massive, huge.
It's like the size of 2 football fields.
Okay.
Everyone has their legs replaced with big mechanical wheels.
Okay.
You gotta go. There are baskets on either side, but after you score on a basket, you gotta do the lap.
Gotta do the
You
lap.
gotta go around. You gotta get that, and you're timed. And depending
Oh.
on how much time you get, that's how much boost power you have.
How much boost power for the next
How much-
shot?
The next shot, but also, here's the question: is it full contact?
Yeah, it has to be.
It's got to be full contact.
It's gotta be.
So you can. Oh no. Okay, you do the lap. How much time it takes determines how much currency you get to earn to upgrade your wheel legs.
Oh.
Which you can add You can add blades to. You can put little in Metal Gear Solid 5, you can set up the dummy for misdirection.
Yep. Okay.
Yeah, all of that, and all of this is being done in one of those VR ring chambers where they attach the belt
the
to your
belt, so
body.
you can. So you're actually running.
Exactly.
This sounds horrid, but we can definitely iron this out to be really, really good. It won't be good. It'll be different, and I think that's what Danielle Mulligan is looking to do. Trying to make it different.
It'll
game.
only take one finger to silence you.
I've said his name. I simply said a name. What's in a name?
You have said
Okay.
his name.
Yep.
As far as all the letters necessary are there, but you have not said his name in the sense that the English language we've created over the past hundreds, if not tens of thousands of years, as long as you subscribe to ancient alien theories, has existed. And I think if you screamed out Danielle Mulligan, he'd probably fake attack you.
I'm the one who picked up a floppy disk in the woods, and only to face Doreen malpractice in combat. Potential losses were incurred.
I mean, if we're being real, you wanna know what? If I'm being completely fair, if I was just walking around one day And I was like, oh my god, someone dropped the floppy disk, and I put it in my floppy disk drive that I have at home.
Well, he bought it off eBay. You gotta remember that video. He said he gotta buy it.
Yeah. You gotta buy it. It's a classic creepypasta.
Gotta buy it.
And you put it in, and you're like, oh no, the devil. I'd be scared.
Yeah, I mean,
Because you know the context of it. Like, one, I mean, there's a lot to unpack. Religion is real.
well, I don't think it doesn't have to be a religion.
You just have to accept that
It could just be
that the devil exists.
It could just be that something supernatural. It doesn't have to be like the devil. It doesn't have to
Well,
be
if he says I am the biblical devil, and
okay,
he
well, you
sh-
didn't need to clarify that. You just now you're
If he's like I'm specifically the New Testament Christian devil,
the perfect exemplary of evil, right? Of course.
yeah,
Yeah.
then I would be like, oh my god, what would you do if like you were in your regular like real life and you like had a vision, or maybe you were molested by like a demon entity. Like, would you go to the Vatican, or like what would you
probably
do?
Probably go to like a church in Yonkers or something.
What church would you go to? Not specifically, but who would you rely on? Like, I think this is. Well, know what? There's an easy way to solve this. Let's tier the religions. Okay.
So the next topic we're gonna go on to is
wait.
Go on.
Wait.
Yeah, okay.
We don't have to tier them all because I know that's a bit controversial.
Okay.
Just give us your S and your F.
So the next so the next topic we're gonna be talking about today is a new year. We're not going to talk about our aspirations for the year. That's too much work, and I don't think that far. Simply put, what kind of games? What kind of games are you looking forward to? What kind of games are we scared about? We've discussed it a little bit before. Not here, but Dan and I have been chatting a bit.
Yeah.
There's a couple of games
Fucking dark mode, Jesus.
that are on my mind that I'm excited for this year, especially in February. February seems to be a big year. Big month for some releases. There's a new Horizon that my friend's very excited about. I'm very excited about Dying Light 2. I'm very excited about Elden Ring. I forget what else is coming out that month. There's some other things that I don't remember.
Check the video. Let's check the release schedule. I didn't pull this up for no reason. So here we go. We're gonna go through it in order. Let's say if we have any thoughts about it at all. We'll
wait,
okay?
Link the video. I'll watch it.
It's not a video. It's just a website.
Oh,
Here, I'll
okay.
It's
Send
Game
me.
Informer.
Same.
Here, this is 2022, January. Deep Rock Galactic. I've heard it's good.
I've played it. It was pretty fun, but if you play it by yourself, you don't.
What is it?
It's think Minecraft built. It's miners and Left 4 Dead. You mine in a mission. You pick up rocks and gems, and then you've got like 4 class space people, and you fight bugs and you kill bugs, and then you get the jewels and you put them away, and you level up and you get more guns.
Monster Hunter Rise PC. It's my thoughts on this is it's so funny to see the Monster Hunter the next Monster Hunter on PC after Monster Hunter World, which looks so fucking good graphically.
Like, yeah, it does look
fidelity.
It's a pretty game.
So
I've played it. It's pretty.
It's so funny to see Rise now coming to PC, and because it was graphically bound to the Switch before,
it looks horrible.
Looked just like way worse overall. I'm sure mods will eventually come to fix all that, but it's just
ugly.
It's so funny how ugly it is by comparison. Which is funny because I've heard it actually plays very well, but you know.
This I'm actually okay. So now, oh wait, no, not the next. No, Astroneer. I mean, yeah, cool, but not for the Switch. What?
That is for the, I thought it was on Switch already. What the hell?
Well, now it will be. Not that we should really care, but there you go. God of War is actually something I am interested in because I do not own a functioning PS4.
Oh, yeah, okay. Oh, this isn't the new God of War, is this? This is the one that 2018 or whatever that came out. That wasn't 2018. It couldn't have been. One sec.
2017.
God of War release date. God of War. It was 2018. Oh God, the time is going by so fast. I'm getting old.
You're not that old. You're just older than me, old man. Idiot. Fucking old. You're like months older than me. It's fucking months. Oh no, like a little more. It's a year. Whatever. Fucking cares. What is Shadow Man?
Shadow Man? I don't know. Remastered.
What is this? What is this?
Why is this even listed?
We're not gonna look at that. We're not gonna.
Well, I want to look at it. One sec, I'm opening up a
Alright.
trailer. It's Skyrim remastered launch trailer. Night Dive. Did that say Night Dive Studios? Wait, isn't that the studio that's making the System Shock remake?
I've never played System Shock, but I've heard great things.
System Shock's fantastic, but one sec, let me see. Yeah,
this
Night
game-
Dive Studios.
The fuck is this? It came out in 1991, 99. Dude, that's as old as me. Old? Cringe.
Fuck you. Oh man, this looks rough. Actually, this is the remake. Night Dive Studios. They're famous. I say famous. I don't know if I would call them famous, but that's. I mean that with all due respect. They have like they do remakes with like a retro look to them, but not always to the greatest success. I think with System Shock 2, they're doing like a slightly low poly aesthetic with like textures that are very high res. Imagine if you made a 3D game, but you applied the principles of what made Octopath Traveler look the way it does.
I love Triangle Strategy. Oh, is that coming out this year? Triangle Strategy.
We'll get to that.
Triangle Strategy. Yes, we talked about it last time. I'm so excited.
You're so excited.
Yes.
So I mean, you might actually be because
I actually might be
for all
interested.
For all you know, it could be the first Fire Emblem game that you've wanted in years.
It could be, yeah. It could be my Game Boy, my Path of Radiance return. Could be. Honestly, I didn't like. I didn't hate Three Houses. Three Houses was fun. It was just 60% not the game I wanted.
Three Heaths is not
It's
the
good.
best
It's
in
a
the
good
way
game.
it is. It's good.
It's a good game.
It is a good game, especially the unit creation and everything. Like the customization there is awesome. It's just the fact that the story isn't good enough. It's barely good enough for one playthrough. It's certainly
It's
not good enough.
It's not good for 3 others, and that DLC.
4 others.
is
There's
cheeks.
5 routes.
Oh, you're right. There's 5 routes, and then the DLC is. Oh, it's so bad. I have
Yeah,
not.
somehow
played...
it's written
really
by a different
bad.
team. So even the passably charming writing in the original, I say passively with like we're talking, you got a 60% your parents are gonna yell at you pass.
Yeah.
Pass for the original, for just like the general dialogue writing, it's just gone for that. It's just the worst.
Yeah.
I think the only place where the game truly excels is music, but that's I hate to say it barely counts, but
There's 4 tracks.
that's like expected at this point.
Yeah.
You are right.
They're good tracks. They're 4 good
the
tracks.
the what is it called? Fodlin Winds or whatever. The main theme is pretty much every song. Almost every song
Yeah.
is some remix of the main theme. They're all good. All the remixes
good.
of the main theme are good. However, yeah, not that many original songs.
And we're done. We're done. We're under 10 minutes. We're not talking about Fire Emblem every single
You're right.
episode.
You're right.
We're done. It's not even on this list. We just said it because we're ill.
Skip over Paparazzi. Skip over Nobody Saves the World. Skip over River City Girls. I'm sure you perverts like that shit.
So you're looking at Rainbow Six Extraction?
No, skip over. One more. Windjammers 2.
Oh wait, fuck! I deleted the thing.
Windjammers 2.
Windjammers 2. What's Windjammers 1?
What the fuck?
What?
Are you crazy?
See, you'll come to realize. Look, I love video games. I'm kind of a bad gamer. Like I'm kind of like I didn't start playing video games until I was like 10 or 11. I spent like
it's like competitive. It's like Lethal League Frisbee.
I'm all for it.
Yeah,
I love Frisbee. Okay, I'm in. Oh, it looks cool.
Yeah, it was a classic.
Oh, this is cool. Oh, this looks really cool. I'm all for it.
So Windjammers 2.
I'm so stupid. I closed the link again. There we go.
I'm so stupid. Do you see how he tries? This is just directly to anyone listening. Do you see how he tries to like present himself as meek and sensitive and soft? He's trying to get himself played with. He's trying to do this so that later on he can turn against you and use it against you to collect insurance money.
Call me Baby Storm. Call me Baby Storm. New favorite game.
What's Baby Storm?
This looks hard.
This better be like a DMC where you play as a. Oh.
What is
it's
this?
not.
It's
It looks like Baby Shark.
Does look like Baby Shark. We're not gonna talk about it. We don't care.
Baby Shark. Baby Shark. Baby Shark. Baby Shark.
We're not going past that.
Baby Storm.
No. Nice. Circuit Superstars. There's a Hot Wheels game that was apparently pretty decent. I could care less about Circuit Superstars. Cake rocks. PlayStation 4.
You got what you wanted. You got your Hot Wheels game.
I got
You
my
don't
Hot.
need
Dude, I used to.
Circuit
Okay, when I was
Superstars anymore.
little, because again, I wasn't much of a gamer. There were two things I played a shit ton of on my whatever Windows 98 dinosaur thing. It was a Jurassic Park puzzle, like it was a Jurassic Park like fighting game where like you had a velociraptor and you fought like wild dinosaurs around the park, and then you would use like a puzzle game to like buff it or something. It wasn't like I don't know. I'm gonna look it up.
How
Wait,
did
maybe
you?
no, give me 1 second. Let me say I might have it still. One moment. Give me like 30 seconds.
You might have it
Just-
still.
Just give me that.
Okay, I'll entertain while you're gone. Okay, hey guys. Anyone else think this is worth it? I'll just show you off what I have on my desk here that isn't strange. Look at this. Okay. First off, in the spirit of that, is that a dinosaur? It's a dinosaur. This is a hand warmer. What's this?
Okay, I don't have it.
He doesn't have it.
I don't have it. I'll do one more search.
I don't think it ever existed.
No, shut the fuck up. It had to have. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it's called. I will find it. Okay? I remember playing it because I played it at home and I played it at my preschool. And I remember because I destroyed the computer because I tried to install it onto the computer and I was in preschool. No, I just didn't know how to install it, and I deleted maybe the boot drive. I don't know, but I broke that computer at that preschool, and then we only had the one.
That's
So-
that's like a much more like hacker-esque way when you're like 3 to break a computer. When I was 3, the way I would break anything is I'd just shove like a banana in it or something like that. Like I had no education or knowledge at that point. It was everything. A hole was free range for a fresh banana.
Right. I'm still looking. Let's keep going on the list. Art Legends Arceus.
Okay, complex feelings. It's nice that it's not
The same
it's
Pokemon game.
they're trying something different, but oh boy, is this one of the ugliest games I've ever seen.
Oh, it's really ugly. I am
Have
going
you
to play.
seen
Oh, it's
the
hideous.
Have you seen the fucking fence models and everything? They look like
They
they're
don't look good.
actually just ripped from the Unity asset store. Like they don't even look like feudal Japan fences. They just look like weird like fence models that they just grabbed. The flute is an untextured white cylinder with no detail on it. The fucking oh god, it's ugly. It's just and they're so confident that for some reason that kids wouldn't buy a game that doesn't have a cell phone in it, that they give you a cell phone. And it's like, I know Breath of the Wild did it, but that was because it was made for the Wii U originally.
You were right. Mantra's right. Okay, it
He
came
was
out in
right?
2002. I have an illness. I thought it was the 90s. It's 2002. Yeah, it's Jurassic Park Dinosaur Battles. Got a
Dinosaur
5.3 on
Battles.
IMDb. This game literally plagues my brain now. You play as like a child or something, and you find a device to control dinosaurs, and then like you can raise the dinosaurs, and they have health, and they have like abilities, and then you get special little DNA mutagens, and you chunk them together. It's really dumb. It's a really fucking dumb game. Because I could looking at it, it looks horrible. Like it looks like a horrible game. But like as a child, how would I know better? I love Jurassic Park. I love dinosaurs. I could fight as a dinosaur. Sick.
Let me check. I'm gonna look at Dinosaur Battles.
Yes. This is it. This is it. You're right. This is it. And it's not even showing the puzzle part of it. They're just showing the dinosaur battle part, which I guess is why they advertise it. But
Oh god, this is this game has that specific early 2000s look that I crave.
this game is, oh, man,
When's the Dinosaur Battle stream coming, Matt?
don't tempt me. Don't tempt me. If I find a way to, don't tempt me now, dude. This is my year of playing any creative type of thing, and don't fucking tempt me, man.
You should. Go back to it, experience what you've been missing.
How much is it? Holy
Don't
shit!
buy it.
Oh yeah, don't buy it. It's only
Oh,
17 bucks.
fucking Christ.
It's 17 bucks. It says children's early learning software. It was a learning game.
Teaching about dinosaurs. Actually, that you want to know what? That was a strategy. Did you? I don't know if you people.
No, that makes
over
sense.
where
That
you
makes sense.
people live.
I definitely fucking yeah. Because I played Freddy Fish and shit like that. Like I was a Pajama Sand. I played
Yeah.
2 Pajama Sands and a Freddy
It
Fish.
was one of those games that was allowed to be in like Scholastic magazine and shit, just because they had dinosaurs that they would label it as educational, so they could put it in there and kids would buy it. We had very similar situations over here where they would just squeeze any game that could have a semblance, just a small semblance of educational value.
My mom
Uh,
buy this for me though. I guess she knew I like Jurassic Park, but like
Yeah,
when did she
she's
buy? She bought this at a
badass
Best Buy
mother?
probably for
I
like
don't know.
80 bucks or something. I'd have to imagine this game couldn't have been cheap because people were weird like that. Anyway, that's great. What was I saying? What were we talking about?
We were talking about Pokemon.
Did I ever
Legends
play Lego
Arceus
Island? I
and how
did. Okay, going on. Legend Arceus, hideous looking
ugly-
game.
Yeah, ugly as sin.
I saw
Uh,
Snorlax in the trailer. Big ups. I'm gonna play it. I'm probably gonna say it's pretty fun, but I'm going to say it probably every 10 minutes that this game is hideous. I guarantee you.
Actually, I have my reservations. Obviously, I don't trust Game Freak as far as I could throw the entire company headquarters.
That's fair.
And I don't think they're capable of making good games.
Sheesh.
However, let me say this. There's a cautious optimism that is there that because they're trying something different, hopefully people buy that and they see that, hey, maybe not doing literally the exact same thing every time is profitable to some respect, and then maybe they continue down this path of more original, more original content. Here's my issue. This is not a traditional Pokemon game in the sense that the Pokemon do not fight in a turn-based fashion. In this game,
Wrong. They do.
They have an ATB system.
Oh wait. Oh yes, they do. You're
Yes.
right. Like
They have an
fucking
active time
like
battle
Digimon
system.
World Dawn
Like Digimon World Dawn.
for the Nintendo DS,
For the Nintendo DS, I suppose.
or Digimon World
um,
Dusk for the Nintendo DS.
Or any Digimon World game. Any of them.
I've only played the 2. I don't know. How the fuck? What are you trying to say? I don't fuck.
Well, I'm just trying to say that it could have been any of them instead of the two very
I'll let you
specific
know right here,
ones
Nintendo.
you
I did
mentioned.
not purchase that fucking game. My uncle's cousin got me a fucking Nintendo cartridge with an SD card and had 8 billion games, and one of them was Digimon World Dusk. You fucks, take that.
Okay.
Eat my entire rim. Just die.
Dude, what did you just ask?
I don't know. I don't
Eat
know.
my- did you ask them to eat your entire rim?
Yeah.
Let's get on it, boys.
Let's go. I need to sleep.
Not a spot left when we're done. But
I don't know. I don't know why I said that. I snapped. I really did.
yeah, you cracked. You cracked. Happens to us all. But yeah, no. The last original game that Game Freak made that wasn't Pokemon. Do you remember it? Little Town Hero.
Oh yes, we went over this. Oh my god, it was
Little
so bad.
Town Hero. It had everything going for it. The devs on the literally the highest grossing media franchise of all time, the Pokemon devs, the ace Pokemon devs are on it. Who else? Soundtrack done by Toby Fox of Undertale fame.
Yep. Oh boy.
Gone.
Yeah,
Game's
we
gone.
went over that.
No one
Game's
played
gone.
it.
No one played
Terrible. The people who did play it, awful game. They all say
it.
terrible.
It's like a
Truly-
a la Balans or whatever it's called. Balans. Right? You know what I'm talking about?
Balan's Wonderland,
Yeah, it's like that.
Wonderworld.
Yeah,
Yeah.
something like that.
It's genuine trash fire.
Nice. All right.
And yet
well,
everyone forgets about it, and they still are like, Game Freak's so good. They're so good at making fucking games. They're not just lazy. They're not just lazy. They're actually, and it's like, you're right. They're not just lazy. They're also incompetent.
Yes.
And so I'm so cautiously like non-optimistic as well about it. However, I do think if you're one of those people who's like, I hate Pokemon, but I buy it every year anyway, like, this is the one you should probably be picking up, because at the very least this shows some semblance of growth for the franchise. It's just so funny that the one time they try to like branch out a little bit from the same shit they've been doing this whole time, it's also completely devoid of anything that people actually still liked from the franchise, because there's no online multiplayer in this. There's no there's no like
There's
battle
Pokemon
ranking
though.
system.
There are Pokemon in it.
Yeah, there are Pokemon.
They have
in
funny
it.
little cute
So,
Pokemon.
so the copium I see people smoking about this game and saying we'll just wait for more online battles in Generation 9. It's like, man, you are the saddest population.
I disagree, Mantra. I will address this. I don't think they should add more trees because I guarantee you I will clip onto things when I'm trying to dodge roll anything. I would rather just a shit ton of grass.
If you think they just need to add more trees, I'm sorry.
He's memeing.
It is a gross color palette that they use.
No, he's
This
memeing.
the Japanese wooden block art style.
That's not what they're going for, is it?
That's what they said they were going for, but
Fuck
it just looks.
I can't.
Like
I don't want
blurry
to give this
shit.
any more oxygen. I'm gonna play it, and I'm gonna probably kind of enjoy it, at
Yep.
minimum. At most, I will be pleasantly surprised.
Closing thoughts. If you want to see, if you use the Switch as an excuse that it's underpowered, look at Breath of the Wild. Look at Xenoblade 2. Look at
Ring Fit Adventure.
Ring Fit Adventure.
Ring Fit
Look at
Adventure on the same
any
Breath of the Wild
game-
engine.
I was more thinking of open world games, but yeah, sure. And look at what this console is capable of before just copping out, because I think the Switch is an underpowered shithole that deserves way less popularity than it has. It just gets coasts by the games it has and the fact that it's portable, which is handy. However, it's also not complete dead weight. It's about as strong as an Xbox 360 or further, so it should definitely be able to output graphics like that instead of the shit fire that looks like. But anyways, okay, yeah, you're right. We've stayed on that for a long time.
Done a great job. Uncharted. I love the game series. I actually might.
What the fuck did you see? Oh, it's right there.
Right there. It's right there. It's right after. Uncharted. I like Uncharted. It's just a. If you haven't played it, play it. It's cool.
Wait,
It's fun.
Legacy of Thieves collection. Is this like 1, 2, and 3?
It's 1, 2,
Or
3,
1, 2,
4.
3, 4?
It's 1, 2, 3, 4. And there might be like another game that I'd never.
Yeah, there might be like a 5th or 6th. Actually, you want to know what? It would be cool if it had the Vita Uncharted. I actually mean that.
I think it actually might. I
Something
actually
the
think it
Golden
might.
City. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's cool. I like it. Give them some love. Before Mark Wahlberg, I saw that trailer for that movie. It doesn't look good. Mark Wahlberg is not Sully, and you cannot tell me otherwise.
It doesn't look right.
Doesn't look right. It looks wrong. It is wrong.
Yeah.
Oh, but it's a young Sully. Die. February. Life is Strange. I have my gripes with it. Not because of its
Life is Strange
not because of its poor writing. I've seen enough footage to be like the voicing hurts my head, and I really don't want to get through it.
It is the most French game I've ever played, and I mean that with love, but also with disrespect.
Wait, you say French?
French. The games are French as hell, and they're made by French people, so that's just a fact.
Okay, so the game is French. I don't want to get into it. I don't want to get it, but we're just saying the game is too French. There's another Life is Strange after. No, it's just like a remastered collection.
Yeah, but there are several Life is Strange games now.
Yes.
It's like its own split series. I know one is about like they're gonna use autism to like destroy the world. I'm not joking. That's like the plot is like there's a kid with autism and the government needs to like weaponize it.
You're talking about the movie. You're talking about the plot of the new Predator remake.
am I-
Pissant. Yes, that's what
Wait,
happens.
No, I can't be. I can't. It has to be in both.
No,
One sec.
I'm telling you, the new Predator plot is like the Predator goes to find like the. I don't think they directly say that the son is autistic. Maybe he might just like have some sort of other, mental condition. But like the Predator like actively tries to seek him. I believe in the plot of it, and Keegan-Michael Key is a soldier, so you can kind of see the quality of the film from there.
Oh, okay. So apparently, I might be slightly off. I might have been thinking of the weaponized autism in the Predator movie.
You fucking
That's
monster.
possible. However, this might be the one with just like a disinterested dad in his autistic son, and you
Oh,
play
well,
as the.
oh.
No, it's definitely weaponized.
Okay, well, we're not discussing Life is Strange. We cannot discuss Life is Strange because I don't know enough about it, and if I'm just gonna go off the game is French and I don't like the voice acting, we're never gonna get there.
Okay, so let's skip over Waylanders. I don't care. I don't
That's
know
like
what it is.
BioWare. Some sort of BioWare lever does something. I don't know. Dying Light 2. I'm excited for that. The story's gonna be absolutely horrible. They're advertising the story like crazy. It's going to be trash. I'm gonna be excited for running around, climbing buildings, and paragliding and dropkicking zombies. It's gonna be like that and more, and I'm all for that.
Yeah,
What's
and then
Oli Oli? Oli Oli
Oli
World.
Oli World.
It's
Okay.
cute. It's cute.
Yeah, it looks fine. Sifu, this is that game, I think. Isn't this the one where you get younger
No,
gradually
you
while
get
fighting?
older. You get older.
Older and more experienced or whatever.
Yep. That's interesting. Oh yeah, we are in February, by the way, so we will get to Destiny, which, yeah, we'll get to it.
Crossfire X looked like the most generic. Did you see it? The most
I
generic
did not love it.
shooter I've
Yeah, it's
ever
just-
seen in my life.
Yeah.
Edge of Eternity. What the hell is this?
I think it's a JRPG.
Looks like an anime JRPG. Okay, probably
Midgar
fine.
and Dear Villagers. I don't know those studios.
I hit this point in my life where I realized, like, I had this like occurrence to me. I was like, there are like hundreds to thousands of new 100-hour JRPGs come out every day, and I will never experience like 100% of them.
Nice.
So it's
No By Your Heart by Ice Pick Lounge. This looks like a new title from them. Narrative thing.
yeah, probably hot, probably sexy. I don't
Probably
know.
cute. It looks cool. I might look into it more, but
Dynasty Warriors 9 Empire. We're only at 9 for Dynasty.
No, we're
Warriors?
not. No,
We're
no,
at
no,
like
no, no.
18.
no. We're not at Dynasty. We're at Dynasty Warriors 9 Empires. So there's a Dynasty Warriors 8 Empires, I'd presume.
Oh, or
we- no.
is this a spin-off of Dynasty Warriors 9 and the spin-off is Empires?
I don't know. We've gone over this like in the past, like at least a year and a half ago, where we're like, oh yeah, there's 27 Dynasty Warrior titles. And we're like, excuse me? Oh yeah, there are. Rumbleverse. Isn't this the... No, it isn't. This is... Oh, this was during the Game Awards. This was like some sort of weird fucking Epic Games thing.
I think it's literally made, publisher Epic Games. I think it's literally in Fortnite universe.
Yeah, it's like a Fortnite thing. Who cares? King of Fighters. I have not seen much footage. I am not a King of Fighters fan.
Here, as someone who used to play SNK Fighters, not seriously ever, but used to play them, here's a criticism, here's a compliment.
Okay.
Criticism: King of Fighters, King of Fighters, what was it, 15? Yeah, 15. Looks infinitely better than King of Fighters 14, even though it's reusing most of 14's assets. Problem is, it's still pretty ugly and still looks like a game from like 13 years ago.
Okay.
Compliment, and I will forever compliment SNK for this. They stick by their guns. They don't let anyone sway them on anything, and they will forever be determined to put out some of the ugliest character designs I've ever seen with complete confidence.
How is that a compliment? This
It's
is
a compliment because it's not all bad character designs. It's just there's no outside feedback that could ever come in that could change how SNK handles their design, their any part
fair
of
enough.
things.
Okay.
It's this mix of, like, for this game, for example, like Kyo gets this cool redesign that's like a version of his classic design with some of his newer design elements put in, and I'm like, wow, that's great. Iori looks better than ever in this game. And then there's like this Dolores character who looked from the stomach up. I was like, okay, it's like a weird Bayonetta costume, but then it's also like overalls and bizarre. It's just the most ugly thing I've ever seen in my life. I'm like, oh, Jesus Christ.
Okay.
Sometimes their character designs will look crazy and over the top like that one and look bad. Sometimes they'll be like Maxima, who's just some generic Canadian, not like even a stereotype. He's just a Canadian guy in a power suit.
Well, that's cool. So
It's just a gray. If it was like a Iron Man power suit, where it's like colored, it would be cool. It's just gray.
No. That's what makes it cool. Gray means that represents more ambiguity.
Yeah, it's more so it can blend into like
Yes. Society.
society and urban environments.
Yeah. Awesome. So
Okay,
I have no opinion of it. Warhammer 3, also no opinion. Do you? I don't think so.
Total War Warhammer 3. I have heard the Total War Warhammer games are good, but that is the extent of my knowledge. Oh, there's Horizon Forbidden West.
I do know about Horizon because I am currently playing Horizon Zero Dawn. Not in anticipation for this.
Did you ever get the upskirt where you can see that she's got a little shit on her underwear?
I don't. Is she wearing a skirt? She's not. She's wearing pants.
You got to really.
I checked. Anyway, it's a very fun game. But it falls under big AAA open world syndrome, which is
Breath
to
of the Wild
say,
likes.
well, no, because Breath of the Wild is more like figure
Yeah,
figure
I
it
know,
out. I've
I'm
been
actually
told
just saying that to be.
this is more akin to like a
Far Cry?
Assassin's Creed. Ooh, a Far Cry is maybe a bit more accurate, except the gameplay in this is very, very fun. It's very fun. It's very fun to hunt.
I've heard nothing but good things from people who haven't already been exhausted by the genre.
It's fun to shoot the bow. The enemy variety is very good, I would say. It's very good. But yeah, I mean, there's just like, it's like, oh, find this ancient relic. It's a fucking cup. Obviously, we know it's a cup. It's like, find this cup. Find this flower. Save the town from the bandits. It's like, yeah, okay, cool. Enjoyed it. Fun. Story, I haven't finished it, so, but it's fine. It's nothing crazy.
Oh, maybe you're not at the part yet where she shits her pants.
Of course. I'm now in anticipation of it.
You were anticipating it this whole time.
I was. I literally opened the game as praying. Two criticisms. Platforming in the game is not great. It's manageable. It's fine.
There's like platforming, like
there's like
jumping
there's like Uncharted kind of platforming, but
Oh, I
like
see.
navigating around the map, like you're running and then you jump. Like there's no like animations for like, you know, hopping on things, so it just looks like you're running and jumping everywhere, and it looks a little awkward. You have more time, fix that. Sorry. You put all this tech in and you push it for being a technical marvel. Do that minimum. And then the story, they were like, she's an outsider and a woman. And like it's like we don't like her for both of those things.
Who's we?
The characters, like there's character elements in it where they're like, you're an outsider because you have no mom, and you're a woman, so you can't be a hunter. Oh, but she's both. I'm sorry. I cannot put my foot down and assume that in the distant future, like, okay, so the world ends according the old world, which is the future, ends at some point. Again, maybe I finish the story and I find out why people are misogynists again.
I have not played the game. I have not spoiled myself on the game. My understanding, just looking at things, is I assume there's some kind of robot apocalypse.
Yeah, there's a yeah, exactly.
Happened,
so at
the
near future,
put back in caves or whatever.
But like, I'm sorry, you cannot. I cannot for the life of me believe that in the future where they go back to they can go back to tribes. That's fine. But you cannot tell me they're like, you are a woman. You will never be a hunter. You are less than. Come on.
So you're saying that it makes sense for everything to get like reduced?
Yeah, technologically.
Technologically, but you think it's a little weird that culturally it also went back.
Yeah, well, there are sections of the game where you're literally like, he's like, oh man, I remember exploring Monument Valley. It's in Colorado. Spoiler. The game is set in Colorado because the Monument Valley and things like that they show, and like it's like, oh, the future. It's like 22 whatever, right?
It's like 2022.
But then, like, I go through and they're like, oh man, I'm part of this tribe. I'm only good as a wife or a shopkeeper. I'm like, what? Are you kidding? No. Sorry. No. Sorry.
But actually, I think that's pretty accurate because that's kind of Colorado values as it is. So maybe if only Colorado survived, this would be the world we'd be living in.
But those are my only two gripes.
Maybe the world never ended and just everywhere else got wiped out by some disease that,
of course,
fucking people in Colorado were immune to, and so they got their local legislation, local government got to decide how the world was, so they put them all back in caves.
Oh wait, one more criticism. So there are no horses, but there are robot horses. There's an ability in the game where you can override a robot horse, and you can use them as like a mount.
Yeah.
How does she know how to ride a horse?
Everyone knows how to ride a horse. Building the human DNA.
Oh, okay, never mind. All right, we're good. Yeah. -1 flaw. But yeah, the gameplay looks good. It's pretty again. They added a glider, cool, and some better platforming and a fucking grapple hook. Whatever. It looks good. I'm not gonna play it right away, but it's definitely gonna be another good game because it was a good game before, and even if the story was absolutely dog, Last of Us 2 got Game of the Year. So, ooh, new singer, Yoshi. Zingy. Destiny 2. I saw the trailer during the Game Awards. I liked Destiny 2's
Isn't it
gameplay.
just called like the Witch Queen or something?
Yes.
Where is that? There it is. Destiny 2, the Witch Queen.
I've always been told they make good DLC. It's a thumbs up for me, but I have no interest to play it.
No interest, not even slightly. Moving on.
Monarch JRPG.
No idea.
JRPG.
No idea. JRPG. Oh, JRPG. JRPG asked JRPG actually.
Oh, Edge of Eternity. Right. Okay.
Edge of Eternity. Wait, we already saw Edge of Eternity.
Wait. What the? Yeah, we did.
How do we?
Game Informer
Martha
fix your shit. It's twice. Oh, it's for
Yeah.
Switch and then for PlayStation. It's later releases.
Martha is dead. Don't care. Don't know.
Dead. A horror ideal that transcends tropes. Yeah. Okay.
Elden. It wasn't you. It was my roommates. I watched. We saw this trailer for like this really compelling looking horror game, and then it like started. Then it was like explore horrible orgies or whatever, and it's like just.
Oh my god.
Like the graphics were like surprising. We were like impressed for a bit, and then it became like hyper sex focused. And we're like, what the fuck? I'll try and find it. It was bizarre. The trailer was really scary.
Elden Ring. I'm excited for.
Yeah, I think we are one of the few, but yeah.
No way.
No, of course not.
No, of course not. I pre-ordered it. I pre-ordered the figure version. I'm really excited. I like From Software games. I like Big World. They had good jumpy mechanics. Mm-hmm. I'm just excited. I will say, I'm not even cautiously optimistic. I'm pretty excited. It could be just fine. I loved Sekiro to death. It is in my top 10 firmly. It isn't. I think that game is freaking marvelous through and through. So if it's kind of like that with a horse in an open world, I really can't ask for more.
Yeah, my early concerns were that one, they're still working with. I don't want them to make a new engine, but the same, and it looked like it's still kind of handled the same as some of their old games. And honestly, their engine has been getting stretched thin recently. Also, it's hard not, even though I've got my gripes with it, some serious ones, to compare it directly to the Demon's Souls remake, right? Because that is a remake of one of their games handled out of house. However, From Software's art direction is always top notch. The game looks fun as hell. I just really hope that they focus on putting some really different gameplay choices in there aside from just the jumping and horse riding. I know those are big traversal things, but I want to. One of the things that was so nice and made Bloodborne feel so fresh is that when you're playing Bloodborne, I don't feel like I'm playing Dark Souls even a little bit.
It's faster, it's more aggressive.
It's reactive. You've got your gun, very parry focused, no defense.
That's why I like Sekiro. I like Sekiro for the exact reason, right? It's better mobility and it's very parry focused, which I think is I think it's my preferred. I don't like Dark Souls. Like I like Dark Souls 3, but I don't like it because its parry mechanic is horrible.
Yep, it's always put a sour taste in my mouth playing Dark Souls PvP, and I know a lot of people really like it, but it's I don't know. There's something about it that throughout all the games, it's always big, clunky, swinging weapons, etc. But point being, my main point isn't about Souls games gameplay, because even the ones where I don't like certain things about them, they all play very well.
Yep.
I just want there to be something when I'm playing this. If I were to open up Dark Souls 3, I want to go, whoa, okay, Elden Ring, the way that one plays, that's crazy.
Different. Yeah, okay.
There's some stuff there. But here's the question, and this, I'm not going to say anything spoilery, because obviously there are some spoilers out for Elden Ring right now. I got hit with one of them. Luckily, it was very small. It's because when the network test released, obviously people were able to get their hands on the files for the network test, and there were a bunch of things like sound files and stuff that were left over in there that have a lot of implications for the story and stuff.
I kept pretty quiet. I'm even in the Discord, and I have not touched it in a while.
Yeah, so a lot of people have just like cold turkeyed the whole thing. I've said, okay, I'm going off. I mean, that happened to me too. I think I've got Elden Ring muted on Twitter now until the game comes out, just because those leaks are out there. But one thing that isn't a leak. I just want to specify this. I'm not leaking something to
This is
people.
information.
This is speculation based on the trailers that they've released that a lot of people have. And I don't know if you've ever heard this, Matt. Do you think that Elden Ring is going to have a sci-fi twist? A lot of people are to believe that the game is going to have a sci-fi twist based on a lot of the symbolism in the trailers. I believe I don't remember exactly what galaxy it is, but one of the markings on the Elden Ring, or maybe it's several of them, line up with different galaxies in the unexplored solar system and things like that. Of course, these also could be just complete aesthetic choices, but do you think that's plausible that they would take it in that route?
No.
I think it's mixed likely. I think
it's like there's a chance, but I'm gonna like kind of hark it back to the very spacey Yggdrasil looking in the sky, kind of Norsey. They touch upon that kind of spacey business, and maybe that's the extent of sci-fi. But I don't think they're gonna be like, "Holy shit, welcome to the cosmos. I am cosmonaut Yuri."
Your host is suddenly gonna go transforming and change into a rocket ship and take over the sky.
They might, maybe at most they'll tease maybe they'll touch upon a alternate universal kind of. Oh, this blade was from a fucking lightsaber shit.
Yeah, because they call one of the guys the general, the guy with the pee horse. You got the little guy
yeah.
You put him on screen.
I'll put that stupid little thing on screen.
I love it to bits. I love this huge like hulking general, but because he's too heavy, he has to support himself by putting a little horse underneath him.
Yep.
Anyways, what I was gonna say is I think at most personally there'll either be, because he's called the Conqueror of the Stars, which is another thing that people are like, ooh, but I personally I think that's a little bit of a stretch. Is that he's literally conquering the stars. Even if he is, it's probably in a more fantasy respect than it is in a sci-fi respect, especially because he's got 2 giant blades and no space helmet.
No space helmet. He's not a cosmonaut. Okay, if there is sci-fi, I need cosmonaut. I am the cosmonaut conqueror.
You want Sputnik?
Yes. I want Sputnik. I want that.
Dark Souls boss?
Yes. Fuck yeah. I don't want tree nuts. I want the Sputnik. Eldritch Sputnik. That's
you want Sekiro giant ape boss, but instead of a sword, it's wielding a big old cosmonaut. It's a giant ape. It's a bear, and it's wielding a fucking giant Russian satellite. You know how it is.
He has got a steel Ushanka on. This is perfect. I love this. There's a Matryoshka enemy that causes frenzy. Excellent. I'm in.
But yeah.
Wait. Also, okay. My one gripe. I think I saw in a trailer that there's another fucking poison swamp. This is a horrible mechanic. There's always one, and it's never good. I've never enjoyed any of them. They're always
the least enjoyed areas in the game.
They're horrible.
And a lot of people will go, "Oh, but that area you hate in a game makes it memorable." And it's like I think I'd remember a game where I didn't hate any part of it way more.
Yeah, but it's not. It's like, your strong feelings make it more memorable. It's like, no, it's because it happens all the time. It's there for so long, my memory's literally ingrained. It's not like a fond memory. You stupid. Like
you fucking twit. But my extent, the literal farthest extent, I think that the sci-fi thing could go would be like Bloodborne, something like like Eldritch, right? Something like cosmological, like, something from the cosmos came and gave us this power. But I don't think it's going to literally be your character starts like fucking running through the open field like the fucking opening Breath of the Wild shot, and then fucking blasts off on rocket boots like fucking Star Wars.
You see Buzz Lightyear with the fade coming. See that? That was funny. Yeah. That was funny when that came out. That shit was wild.
That makes me sick.
It does make me sick. But yeah, no, we're excited. We're excited.
Moving on to actually something that matters. Fucking Grid Legends.
What is that? What do you mean we're excited? It's a racing game. Awesome. Who is that? Grid Legends mixes live action performances with in-game races. Wow. Ooh. Breathtaking. Those are the 2 big months I know. Triangle Strategy comes out in March 4th. Is it actually?
Really? Is it really soon?
Is it called Triangle Strategy? They stuck with it?
Yeah, they did it again. Project Octopath Traveler, working title. Final title, Project Octopath Traveler, take away the Project Triangle Strategy, working title. Final title, Triangle Strategy.
Like,
who do they have doing this?
I think it's just for people like us where it's like they're like, they're like, all right, Project Triangle Strategy, and we're like, okay, that's a weird name. Hopefully it's working. And they say working title, and they're like, relief. And then when we're like, and then they show us more footage, and I'm like, okay, I'm into this game now. I can't wait for it to be called like, I don't know, Final Tales of
Three Heaths.
Tales of Three Heaths. And then they go, finally, March 4th, Triangle Strategy. And then here I am, just soft as can be, seeing that they didn't change the name. Just
but yeah, I mean, I don't know what $30,000 a year employee they have on their payroll who looks at that and says, I'm sure the game called Triangle Strategy will sell more than a game with an actual name. I don't know. I don't understand.
But like, here's the thing, right? Like you look at it, right? What part's the fucking? Where's the triangle? They're like, I know they described it a little bit. You look at that game.
It's
there's
it's the Do you not understand? Order, peace, autocracy.
Yeah, awesome. There's like none of it shows. There's not a single motif with triangle in it besides like 3 kingdoms are mad at each other. Yeah,
Kingdoms.
3 kingdoms are mad at each other. One of them is the one you play as, or are you? And then that's what's gonna happen. It looks like fun. It's pretty. I like the style. I don't know. It's weird. I like it.
HD 2D is what
it's
they've
HD
been
2D.
calling
It's cool.
it. Yeah.
Triangle is the button you press. Now we're talking.
That's true. That's the button you press to win.
That's true. Gran Turismo
It's like
7.
Final Fantasy,
I haven't played
15,
Gran Turismo since
15.
Gran Turismo 4. It's a racing game. Cool. But the real ticket item is Chocobo Grand Prix, which we did talk about. I'm excited.
Oh yeah, you're
fucking
excited,
stoked.
but that's because I think you have early onset dementia. Like I think that's. I don't. It looks terrible. It's another Mario Kart. Frankly, it's a Garfield Kart ripoff.
And that has some sick runs. That has some sick runs. Oh yeah, no, it looks horrible. Chocobo and Skates though is pretty cute. But past that, I wouldn't spend a single cent on it.
But at least we have Phantom Breaker Amina coming out.
Yeah, you want to tell me about it?
I'm looking at it right here. It is an anime fighting game. That's about all I got.
Yeah,
it looks like every single anime fighting game I've ever seen.
Yeah,
in
it's
my life.
not Under Night, In Birth, and Sync, whatever.
Yep,
it's not that. It's not that.
It's not. Yeah, it's not. What is it? Uniclear. Uniclear. Yeah, there it is. What Under Night, In Birth, Uniclear. What does Uniclear stand for? Uniclear.
It's like a eye drops medication.
No, it's the name of Under Night, In Birth. Under Night in Birth EX Leta CL-R. There we go.
Nice. Excellent. I don't care about this. Not From Software. What's it? Who the fuck made King Blaze Blue? Who does that?
Arc System Works?
Yeah, there you go. Arc System is doing that Korean fighting game.
Oh, you're talking about Dungeon Fighter Duel.
Yeah, that
game looks good. It looks like a good fighting game.
I don't know what's releasing. I just wanted to touch upon it. It looks good. I don't know who the fuck the characters are, and I think that's telling that the game still looks great, and I still kind of want to play it. Despite
it's actually funny. I think the character designs in that game actually look better than the what's the other game? The Grand Blue Fantasy Versus. I actually think that these ones look a lot
flopped,
better.
Right? That like flopped.
It flopped because it had one terrible online and two mechanically was like super counterintuitive to itself. It ended up playing, I believe it was like really hyper passive because of the nature of how special moves were and also the nature of how combos were. But that's all I can say. I don't know the specifics, but yes, you are correct. It flopped.
Yep. Well, Dungeon Fighter looked cool. Maybe this is the fighting game I really dip my toes into. Probably not, but it looks fun. The mana system looks interesting. I like how it's based off of like you have less health, a bit more comeback. We had a bit more tools. That seems like an interesting proposition.
Persona 4 Arena Ultimax.
This is a fighting
another
game,
Arc
right?
Systems game. Yep, I actually love Ultimax. Problem is, I played it a lot, and
this one has more. This one finishes the story.
No, this one is the
same
one.
That's what the Game Awards said. No.
Well, I mean, it comes after, but it's also a game from like 2011 or something. But it's a very good fighting game. Apparently, this is the version that like the version that was in Japanese arcades, which
Okay.
is better balanced than the one that we ended up getting over here that they never patched. Only problem, they didn't fix the online, which is a big shame.
That is a
And
big shame.
until they get rollback in that bitch, I am not touching it with a 10-foot pole.
I see.
Oh, Stranger of Paradise, Final Fantasy. You know about this, right?
I've played just 2.
No. This one's very special.
No, I've only played
This-
I've only played Final Fantasy 2.
Oh yeah, no, I know. I'm actually, my stomach is getting warm at the thought of.
Oh, is this the guy?
stupid
I'm gonna
game.
kill chaos.
Yes, this is that one.
I'm about to
This-
kill chaos.
This is the one where the devs discussed, and they said in their own words, "We discovered this new genre of game. It's about an angry man."
Is that what they said?
Yes, and they found that it's like this revelation they had, where like you can just make a game about an angry man. And
Isn't that God of War?
yes, they that's what they said. They were looking at like God of War. They were looking at what was it? Let me look this up. Let me look at the
Mad
article.
Max.
Stranger of
All
Paradise.
right, while you're searching, I'll cut through
Yeah.
the last couple things. Rune Factory
Yeah, yeah.
5. I've heard Rune Factory 4 is excellent.
No, you can't leave me hanging on this. I am
Wait,
invested.
no,
in this
I'm just cutting through. I'm like,
Yeah, okay.
you can talk about Rune Factory.
okay,
You
okay.
can talk about. You're not going to talk about this Borderlands spinoff because neither of us have much of a stake on Borderlands.
It's so weird. I don't know why they don't just make a new thing.
It's a new Borderlands, just but this one's with the
Yeah.
crazy lady. It's telling the story, so it's kind of fantasy, but whatever. Starship Troopers Terran Command. I have no clue what this is. I love the movie, but
Starship Troopers? Yeah.
yeah, I love Starship Troopers. I don't know what Terran Command is. What is this game?
No idea. Rune Factory 5. Here's my thoughts. Rune Factory 5, Rune Factory 4, Rune Factory 3, Rune Factory 2. Rune Factory 1 is kind of ass actually, but Rune Factory 2, Rune Factory 4 are amazing games. They're like the Harvest Moon replacements you could ever want. They're all fantastic in their own ways. Even some of the spin-off Rune Factories, like Rune Factory Oceans or whatever it's called, for PS3 and Wii, are fucking really good. However, Rune Factory 5 is looking rough. I'm a huge fan of the franchise. They've never been like the most graphically impressive games, but
It's ugly?
Jesus Christ, is it ugly? It looks way worse than Rune Factory Frontiers for the Wii. It looks way bad, even in comparison to Rune Factory 4, just stylistically bad. But that's not the end of the thing. What the problem is, the main problems are that it has bad frame rates, really bad frame rates,
Mhm.
but even worse, some of the worst loading times I've seen on the Switch, and the Switch isn't exactly famous for its good loading times.
Okay.
That's probably the killer. That's what's making me think I might not even want to pick it up on release, is that it's coming out pretty soon, and I don't know if they're gonna have it fixed in time because I think it's already out in Japan.
Yucky. All right. Well, all right. As you're searching for what are you searching
Oh, I already
for?
found it.
Okay. So, all right. I just wanted to say before I think we'll touch upon after this because we just kind of cut through March. I think there's 1, 2, maybe 3 titles we can talk about like that are announced for this year, and then a couple of things that are like in the works, I guess.
Yeah, you're right. So I'm gonna say real quick: have you ever seen or played, or you haven't played for sure? Have you seen anything of 13 Sentinels Aegis Rim?
Wait, no. I thought you were gonna talk about Final Fantasy. Didn't you want to say something about
Oh,
that?
Stranger of Paradise. Okay, yeah, I just found the article here, and it's them.
Oh,
It's
what are the games they really
what
related
I'm
to?
looking at. Yeah, it was. So it's a picture of Jack is his name. I think he's got a little. Is that a sword?
name
It's
is
a little sword
Jack?
carved in it. Yeah, his name is Jack. All of them have normal names. Because they're like normal guys, right? They're from our world, and they go over there, and they're
Is that really how it
badass.
works? That's how
Yeah,
it works?
It's
You
like
don't
a
have to tell me.
fucking-
You don't have
it's
to
like
tell
a
me.
Isekai.
I couldn't be less interested in Final Fantasy, unfortunately. That being said, I will play them one day in the future. At some point, I'll play 7. I'll play 10. I'll play.
I think you would like 10 quite a bit.
I've heard 10 is good, so I'll play 7. I'll play 10 because 10 is
Yeah.
Oron, and I know who that is.
Yeah, you know who Orin is. 10 is one of actually. Did you see the list of top, just top video games in Japan done by Famitsu? They did a poll. Final Fantasy 10, I believe, is their favorite Final Fantasy over there.
Oh, cool. Well, yeah, because 7 is iconic. 10 is apparently great. I don't know any others. 14? Is that the one where you're in the car?
No, that's 15.
And then maybe 15. Everything in between that, I played 2. I didn't like 2. I'm gonna be honest. That one's not good. If that's your favorite Final Fantasy, I'm really sorry. The whole I'm a dark paladin, and now I'm the light paladin. It wasn't good. Sorry. I don't remember any of the other characters. His name is Cecil, by the way. That's the main character's name, Cecil. Most memorable Final Fantasy character. Oh, which one is Squall? Is that 8?
Squall, yeah, that's 8. That's 8.
Right, then I'll play 8 too. Because that was in Kingdom Hearts 2.
I started planning a new Final Fantasy. This is from Nomura, from
Okay.
from the Nomura. Let's see. I started playing a new Final Fantasy with the themes of a story of an angry man. More time passed, and I was able to combine both separate concepts into one cohesive plan, which is what you see now. Even though this is a Final Fantasy game, it doesn't feel like one. However, the blood of Final Fantasy, and every time it's mentioned is in all caps, runs thick with this game, so it was quite difficult to compromise, which led to challenges for this austere title.
Austere?
Well, yeah, I know.
Wow.
While it may take some time before the game is complete, the battle system is heavily linked to the story that incorporates a lot of bloodshed. I hope you will give it a shot.
Wow.
That one doesn't mention it here, but there's another one. Let me see. Yeah, Kratos from the new God of War was a big inspiration, apparently.
Wow, that's amazing. That's exciting.
The most exciting part of that whole thing for me is the fact that they released that demo and everyone and that trailer, and everyone was like, "Oh, this is the like cringiest shit I've ever seen. This is awesome. I can't believe this is that they're making this like self-aware game, where it's where they know like it's so tongue in cheek, like it's so over the top, right?" And then all the developers were like, "What do you mean? What? It's cool, right?
This is cool,
Like
right?
what? You think
guys-
it's cool?" And like, "Oh yeah, you mean like in an ironic way?" And they're like, "What do you mean?"
Wait, guys, we hired hundreds of behavioral psychologists. We thought that angry is cool. Hundreds of them.
I mean,
guys.
but, oh shit! Who can blame these people though who thought it was ironic though? Because if you watched that fucking trailer and you heard how many times he says, "I'm gonna kill
I'm
chaos,"
gonna kill chaos. It's so funny.
It's like a parody. It sounds like a YouTube poop.
I'm about to kill chaos. It's like,
I'm
oh god,
about
that's
to.
awesome. Dude, he's so cool. All right, I'm excited. So, all right, we'll add 13 Sentinels. But the games in my head that I were looking through was Stalker 2.
Yeah. You want to know what? Let's skip 13 cells. The only reason I was asking about it is because I know very little about it except the fact people say it's good. So if any of you want to touch it, go touch it. It's an anime story game about mechs. Stalker 2, isn't this the one where they were about to put NFTs in it very recently, and then everyone was really angry?
Oh yes,
about them putting
you're
NFTs
right.
in it. So
I just remember that.
We're so sorry.
Yes, I remember. So I only know a little bit of information about the first game. I believe it's set in some sort of post-apocalyptic. I think in Russia, probably. Who knows?
No.
But it had like a
You
cool
don't think
day-night
the thing
cycle
called Heart of Chernobyl
Oh wait, I'm a dumbass.
is based in Russia?
I meant the first game, but point taken. It's supposed to be pretty cool, like a survival horror.
Stalker
Resources is pretty tight.
It's a good game series.
Yeah, a good atmospheric feel. So I'm actually kind of interested to play that one. And then the last thing, I think I just wanted to touch upon it just because it's there. I don't care about the vampire thing. That looks like whack. Sons of Forest, don't know. Forspoken, Saints Row. That series should have died.
It's such a shame though, because Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines is like one of the most iconic and famous games of all time, and I think the hype is completely vanished for Swansong. Like it's just dead in the water.
So, okay, and we're not going to talk about Saints Row. That series has been dead for a decade.
My roommates are really excited for the new Saints Row.
I'm okay. I'm glad.
I don't care.
I'm glad you guys are excited, guys.
Don't lump me in.
You should buy Just Cause for $3. It's the same thing. It is actually the same thing.
And you can tether cars.
And the tether is so fucking fun. It is actually the most fun tether in the game, in the world. And it's $3. And they're all the same game, so you can play it 3 times over. Starfield. I'm so not excited for it. It amazes me how little excitement I have for a Bethesda main title. It's the Bethesda title. It's the big Bethesda IP.
It's the one where people asked online. It's like, "Oh, I see a ladder. Can you climb in this game?" And they were like, "No."
No. They said no. This is our big
It's-
open world project, but did you want to climb those stairs?
The stairs and the ladder? No.
No. This is. I'm so not looking forward to it because literally in the About Starfield it says from the award-winning creators of Skyrim and Fallout 4, which I played a lot of Skyrim. But there's so many problems with Skyrim, and I am so lukewarm about Fallout 4. It's not even funny.
Fallout 4 is a game that is at its best lukewarm, in my opinion. So
Yeah. Yeah. Next generation. This game was, I think, being developed for 7 years now, and I can only presume that maybe they made a whole new engine for it, which leads me to believe that they're going to use a 7-year-old engine for this, and they're probably going to use the same engine from this for Elder Scrolls 6.
Elder Scrolls 6 is already confirmed to be using the same engine as Skyrim. I forget what it's called right now. Skyrim.
Wait. As Skyrim?
As Skyrim, which is the same engine as Morrowind. Yeah, creation. It's still creation. But they're like, oh, we're upgrading the creation engine. It's like you keep upgrading it, but it's not good enough. It's not. It's still falling apart.
Don't tell me that. Don't. I thought they were gonna at least use Starfield's engine, maybe a 7-year-old engine, not a 12, 14, 15-year-old engine.
I mean, let's see. Morrowind release date. Let's see. Morrowind came out in 2002, so that is a 20-year-old engine.
Not even. They were making that engine for 4 years. It is a
Yeah.
it is a 24-year-old engine.
And you want to know
That's
what?
older than me. That's older than me.
It's older. It's probably start of development is about as old as me, if not if not just a little bit older. So it's very funny. It is very, very funny that they're still doing this. And you want to know what? I get it. You get familiar with an engine, you want to keep using it, so you upgrade it. The problem is that they're still bound by the restrictions of this fucking engine because they won't upgrade it. Or I don't even think you can because the base code is the fucking same. And it's why every character in Skyrim and fucking Oblivion and all of these games moves like a fucking statue on wheels. Like they just like pivot and everything. It's 'cause the same goddamn base code, and they can't. There's nothing they can do. So here's the thing: if you're like, oh man, when Skyrim came out, I was blown away by the graphics. I hope you expect to see Skyrim again. When
I wasn't blown away by the graphics. It was scale. I think they're just so obsessed with the idea of that scale is what makes their games great. That's all they want. They just want to make something with scale, with just big. I don't want big. I want good. Give me good. I'm sorry. You're my favorite title is made from ZeniMax. You did it in fucking 11 months and it's still my favorite title. Which is New Vegas. New Vegas was done in 11 months, and it's still my favorite by a long shot.
I mean, New Vegas is you want to hear gamer talk? New Vegas is the Majora's Mask of Fallout games.
I never played Majora's Mask. You can't tell me. You can't.
It's the concept. Is Majora's Mask was made in a year. And it was the development hell year where Miyamoto locked a bunch of people in a room and he screamed at them and he said, "You think you can make a better Zelda game than me?
Yes.
Do it, do it."
And
he
they
would,
did,
torture them
and they made a great one, and they made my favorite. They
made my favorite one. But they would like throw bricks at their fucking heads and he'd fucking piss on their chairs.
Yeah, beat the shit out of them.
And whenever Aonuma asked about the development cycle of Majora's Mask, he looks like he has trauma eyes.
Oh no!
It's literally the reason why when they remade Majora's Mask for the 3DS, he was like, I wanted to be very hands off. I know a lot of people wanted improvements, but I couldn't touch the game anymore because it brought back so many bad memories. And it's like, Jesus Christ, what do they do to you?
Damn. Oh, Mantra wanted to talk about Ghostwire Tokyo. Is this the suspense horror or the?
Is Ghostwire Tokyo the one that the E3 lady, the one who did the poses, did?
I think that is.
Her game, I thought, got canceled. I think she got fired. I don't know if it was her fault. I don't know what happened, but I don't think she's on it anymore.
Yep. We talked with Ghostwire Tokyo's former creative director about where she's been and where she's going next. That was September 29th, 2021. Yeah, that was cute as hell. Little. We'll see. Oh, it's published by Bethesda. Interesting. Who's Tango? What did Tango do? Tango Gameworks. What did they do? What have they done? Tango Gameworks, previously Capcom, has done Oh.
previously? Capcom. Are they like a subsidiary of Capcom? Are they split off from Capcom?
It's based in Tokyo, founded by Shinji Mikami, previously of Capcom.
Shinji Mikami? Wait, really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's actually kind of big.
They did Evil Within. This company has
Yeah.
done only Evil Within. I've never played those. I've heard good things.
They are a mixed bag, but a lot of good ideas.
I've seen a little bit of footage, less horror, more kind of action thriller in my eyes. But
Yeah, very psychological. They usually start front-ended with horror, but end up more trippy by the end.
interesting.
Yeah.
As time goes on, I'll look into it more. I've played Outlast, so I've played a spooky enough game. Just make it a good game. Outlast was not a good game.
Outlast?
I beat Outlast. I beat it. I did.
And your final thoughts are it was shit.
It was shit. I give it a 6. It was awful. Like it was not good. I'm sorry. I really do like this. I haven't finished Visage. Visage is actually a scary game.
It's very scary.
Visage is actually very scary. The gameplay is kind of it's not great, but it is a very scary experience. Outlast's gameplay is not good, and it's only scary until the point where you're like, I'm done with this. I'm just going to book it. And then when you book it for the rest of the game, it is very underwhelming.
Yeah. Yep, that's why. Are you planning on playing the sequel that people like less than the original? Then?
No, absolutely not. I have no intention. No intention at all. Like again, at the end of the day, I've played that. I've played 85% of Soma, which is just a very generic spooky game with some big
I would go
person
so
themes.
far as to say, I would go so far as to say that a lot of the themes in Soma are non-generic.
Yeah, they're non-generic. No, the theme of it, the thematics of it was actually pretty interesting. It was fun. But the game again, I don't want to play any horror games where it's just like run or hide. It's like like okay, awesome, cool, that's great. The ones that have really been memorable, and they're not really bona fide horrors. Metro has been excellent. That one is it's just a survival shooter, but it's not a horror. It just has spooky
really
elements.
horror.
Awesome. I loved Metro 2033. I can't wait to play Last Light this year, and I have Exodus. I just haven't played those two. And then Resident Evil 2 had a lot of creepy themes to it. I love that game. That game was awesome. Story is goofy as hell.
It's the same as
So
Resident Evil
good.
2,
It's
so
so-
like you can't. Yeah.
Are you FBI? And I'm like, what? Do you see her in stilettos? You think she's FBI? Come on, man. I know you're new to the force, but buddy.
That's classic.
Like,
It's
Leon,
all about being
Leon,
sexy.
you stupid fuck, you stupid little himbo. But
Yeah.
no,
Stupid little
those
himbo,
two,
just
those
say,
two,
mouth
and they
watering, lips
because
buggered.
they just got good. They have fun gameplay elements, and then they just sprinkle in the little spookies.
Yeah.
So if Ghostwire is that, I'm in. But if it's more
Ghostwire looked very different. It almost looked like this weird, like on rails thing, but I don't know if that's true.
Ooh, yeah. Okay. Ooh, okay. All right. Big title. If I see a Time Crisis 3, big win.
Big win.
Big win for me.
Okay, but let's look at we got you want to know what? I'm never gonna play it, but I am excited to see Plague's Tale Requiem. You know about the rat physics?
Yes, I do know about the
Okay,
rat physics.
I want to see the development in the rat physics.
That's big. That's true.
That's what
I
I'm
haven't
saying.
played the first one. People said it was good.
It says it's great, but the one thing that stands out to them is they say, "How'd you get that many rats doing that much stuff?" And that's what I want to see where the evolution of that is.
Big questions. I'm just scrolling through Death Stranding Director's Cut. I love Death Stranding, but I would never recommend it to a living soul ever.
Did you beat Death Stranding?
Oh no, hell no. I'm like 40 hours in. I've been building fucking roads because I have an illness. There's like a thing, if you put metal and stuff, you build a road, and I'm like, oh, a road was built, and my tiny little simian brain has been stuck in this second building roads. And they're like, you can help people, and people are liking you. I think the themes are very fun. I actually don't hate the walking in the game. I actually find it pretty dynamic. The one big criticism I have is like, be careful of the thing. The stealth sections kind of suck. They are thematically, they make sense. But when you get caught, it's just a mini boss fight that's not hard. And like if you just gear up for the mini boss fights, you have like enough resources to do anything you want in the game. So just fight the stupid shark like 3 times and then you're good. Oh, spoiler, one of the mini bosses is a shark and one of them is a lion.
They're
I don't
running
know.
across the shore. It's you and me. We're just like Mario and Princess Beach.
That was really hysterical. I don't know how the story goes, but I
Like
know
that's it.
the
By the way,
beach.
for those who know nothing about Death Stranding, that's a real line from Death Stranding. Is there's a man and woman holding hands running across a beach, and uh, and Norman Reedus speaks up. They paid him enough to say this line to say, uh, yeah, look at us. It's just like Mario and Princess Beach. And I got sick a
Yeah.
little. I actually think
Oh
I
yeah,
threw
that's
up
my
a
other
little.
criticism. Norman Reedus' performance is not good.
I don't think he's a very good actor.
He was great. He was great in Blade 3. Or Blade 2. Or Blade 1. I don't remember which one. He was great in that. But yeah, no. I do love it's just it's I will say I enjoy the game a lot, and it's very unapologetic in what it does, which is
It is the
show
most
off.
Kojima game yet.
Oh, it's so Kojima. It's very Kojima. It's goofy. The tech stuff is wacky. They have fucking Norman Reedus' AMC show advertisements. They have monster ads. It's hysterical. And of course they're just like we're gonna put this in, and then they did, and it's just funny. Irony out of it or otherwise, I'm pretty sure the story's gonna suck, but it is anything if not a unique Kojima experience, and I loved it. So the director's cut, I'm glad it's coming out. I'm glad it was successful enough for it to come out, but I would never recommend it to anybody. You will it's a lot. It's a lot for a game. And if you really want to play something weird, go for it. But other than that, I don't know. And then we talked about Bomb Rush Cyberpunk, which I'm fucking stoked about. I'm
Yeah,
super fucking stoked about
cool.
that. It
Jet
looks
Set
super
Radio was
cool.
a franchise that never should have gone away, so it's cool that it's coming back in a way. Were you an Advance Wars person?
I've played. Yeah, I've played Advance Wars.
Yeah, they're remaking them. They're coming out soon on the Switch. I never did Advance Wars, but I know a lot of people are psyched about that. So if you are, thumbs up. Let's see.
Let's see what else.
Avatar: Frontiers of Pandora. Avatar was always supposed to be an 11 movie plan, so this is big that another game is coming out right now.
Nothing says great game like Ubisoft and massive. Let's get it. Let's go. Let's go. We're excited for that.
Something called Bear and Breakfast.
I don't even know what that is, and I'm more excited about that than I am for the Avatar game. Armor Games? Wait, didn't Armor Games make
3?
Armor Games made not Clash of Clans, Kingdom Rush, right?
I don't know.
Let me see. Can I stream? Am I allowed to stream post video? Yes, I am. Shut up. Of course I am. Wait, did Armor Games? Am I remembering that? Armor Games. They did make Kingdom Rush. Aw, look at me. Yeah.
What is Kingdom Rush? Why does that sound familiar?
Kingdom Rush was like it was an early on browser game, like a tower defense, like pseudo tower defense.
Yeah, I have no idea what this is.
Wait, what? You don't?
This was outside my era. This is for kids like you.
What? You are literally a year older than me.
I know what Armor Games is. I have a sense of quality, but I guess I didn't. I guess I never really grabbed on to their worst properties.
What? It's just a tower defense game. But yeah.
Yeah, I can tell. It's probably seems generic and not very fun. So I guess it's up your alley.
Fair point. Let's see here. Company Heroes. Okay.
We've passed over Bayonetta 3.
I can't even. Where is this? Where do you see this?
It's in to be announced.
To be announced. Bandit of 3. Where do you see this shit?
Bayonetta 3?
Oh, I thought you said Bandit of 3. I'm like, you're giving me illness. I don't know.
I'm gonna pull off my eyebrows.
Yeah. We talked about it before. I mean, it looks hideous. It looks fucking hideous.
It looks like a Switch game, unfortunately. Which
is
I mean,
hideous.
I hate using that in a derogatory sense, but it's true. Unfortunately, they are being held back by the.
I'm gonna blast through the first games because this game does look like a lot of fun. And I've never played Bayonetta 1 and 2, and you know what? I actually haven't really touched the beat 'em up genre at all. So
you would love, at the very least, the first Bayonetta. I think the first one is available on PC, and if it is still available on PC, definitely play it on that platform before playing it on the Switch, which is the only other one it's going to be available on now.
I'm not gonna do that. And then Digimon game. Mantra said Digimon Tactics is coming out. There's 2 Digimon titles coming out. That's crazy. Oh no, it's Diablo Immortal. Wait, Oh no, okay. It's to be announced. Diablo Immortal is dead in the water. We're not gonna talk about Blizzard. There's nothing to talk about. That's a wah. That's a yucky icky.
Actually, let's talk about Blizzard for 1 second.
Okay.
I think, I think it's so creatively bold that that they decided to go about doing things the way they can you imagine the nuts that the people at Blizzard must have had. Okay, maybe using the word, can you imagine the nuts they must have had at Blizzard considering what went on? Might not be the best the best way to put that, but can you imagine to go up on stage and do that Diablo Immortal shit back when that was happening, while you're also like pounding unsatisfied beef behind the scenes? Like they really had their finger in every pot.
They really did think they were too big to fail. They actually did.
They might still be too big to
That's
fail.
true.
Time is yet to show. By all means, they should be dead and buried by now. However,
Yeah.
when you've got money in the trust fund that is an MMO, and you've got the blind fans who look at Overwatch as some kind of like gift to humanity, who are like, oh my god, did you see the new Overwatch champion, Hero? It's they just made Soldier 76 pregnant. Like,
Yeah. You know what game? You know what I'm just looking at right now? You know what game doesn't look exceptionally good visually, but it's still way better looking than Pokemon? Oh, Kirby, the new Kirby. It looks so cute.
Yeah, it's made in the Mario Odyssey engine. So it's probably going to Mario Odyssey ran really well and looked good, so I'm sure it's going to run well and look good. And you want to know what? A 3D Kirby adventure? We've been due for that for a long time. So
I remember watching this during the Game Awards. I screamed about the big monkey. That was so funny to me.
You did scream.
Well, you weren't there for that, were you? Were you?
I think I was.
Was this 2020 or this was 20? This was this year's Game Awards when they released the Kirby. Were you there? Oh yeah, you were. You were. No,
yeah, definitely.
Did we just talk about it? We might have just talked about it.
We might have just talked about it.
I don't remember. But look, it's so cute. I love Kirby. He's so funny. 3D Kirby. That's whenever they announce something new, it's on site. It's mine. It will be mine.
Oh, yo, Dune Spice Wars coming to PC?
Oh, that was during the Game Awards. That was nuts. Oh, wait, actually, I do want to, because we didn't stream when we talked about the Game Awards. Okay, after some exploration, Night Sarah. After some exploration, so there was a trailer for Star Wars Eclipse, right? Which was for like a non-Star Wars fan, this was like, oh, whatever, right? A Star Wars title. It's set in like a new timeline. It's a very big deal for like the IP, right? And then after some inspection, people were like, oh man, I'm so excited for Star Wars Eclipse. And then they saw the developers.
Who's on it? I actually don't remember this at all.
The developers of Star Wars Eclipse is, I gotta find the developer because this was like infamous. This was like really, Quantic Dream.
Oh way, it's Quantic Dream?
Yes. Okay, so I knew I didn't know.
How did I not know this?
I didn't know at the time. I like it completely phased past my mind when I watched the Game Awards. Quantic Dream is developing this game.
I'm getting chills. That's right? David Cage.
Yes.
There's no way David Cage got his hands on the Star Wars IP.
Yes.
There's not a chance.
Yes.
Oh my god, this game's gonna be so weird and perverted.
Yes.
I can't wait to be Jar Jar Binks on the toilet with a insert tampon with circle button, do number 1 with triangle, and then squares do number 2, but X is combo.
It's gonna be like people were very not happy, like very unhappy.
Danny's happy. Danny's happy. Oh man, another game to you couldn't have interested me in a story-based Star Wars game. There's
Star Wars.
nothing you could have done.
That's why I needed to
do
say,
it
because I knew we
except
didn't
for
talk about
that.
it. We did not talk about
Oh,
it.
that's amazing.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Oh, thank God. I'm glad they haven't put him in a fucking institution yet, and they're still letting him ruin games.
It is mind-numbing to me. Like, I can't believe I missed it, and then when I realized, I was like, I can't believe I missed it. I can't believe, like, we bash a lot, but like, I feel like Disney. Oh, I believe Disney owns the rights to Star Wars as a whole, games and otherwise, right?
Yeah, they bought LucasArts, so they own it.
So I feel like they were like, okay, the Battlefront 2 thing, that was a little rough. That was a little shaky for a while. We were struggling for a bit. Okay. Fallen Order was good. So maybe we should so like that was a good studio we picked. We liked that one. They liked that one.
Actually, Fallen Order that was EA's last chance.
Yeah. They were like, okay, so we went to single player, this works. And then they went to Squadrons, which was like kinda but they were like, okay, it was good enough. Cause like it wasn't more than it was. And we didn't do anything weird. So now we're gonna pick Quantic Dream to make my Star Wars title.
It's just, I can't believe that they were like, EA has failed us. Time to move to the next big name, and they picked Quantic fucking Dream. We're talking Detroit Become Human. We're talking Heavy Rain. We're talking Indigo Prophecy.
Indigo Prophecy is
this
not good.
I genuinely don't understand who at LucasArts, Disney, anything who looked at it and they're like, because the only accolade that is still untarnished that David Cage has, and I say untarnished very lightly,
very lightly,
is Detroit, because there's slightly less controversy around that game than there is now around his old ones, like Beyond Two Souls, where he's putting Ellen Page in it naked without her permission.
Heavy Rainer is like, get sexy
Yes.
button. It's like, oh god, oh David Cage, what is happening? What are you doing, man?
It's amazing. It's amazing. I mean, with at the very least, with Detroit Become Human, they literally had a guy whose only job was to rein in David Cage every so often. He didn't do an amazing job at it because he still let him get away with a lot. But maybe if he's working with Disney, they will force him to be a little less, let's use the word creative.
I don't know, man. This is I was like, my head was like starting to like spin. I was like, holy shit, wait. Because like, like, it's clear, right? If you get Quantic Dream, you're going to make one type of game, which is like a narratively focused, whatever, right?
Yeah.
Perspective-based something. And from what I know, because I've got Star Wars friends, like big fans, like very big fans. They read the novels, like they read the genre, like the era, as they call it, of this game, right? And all that stuff. And I'm just like, I'm thinking, I'm like, I know what Star Wars fans think, especially for the narrative section, right? I know what they want. And it's definitely not the get sexy button. It's definitely not the like touch butt thing.
I think
no.
There are some Star Wars fans who would love a get sexy button.
No.
I think their life has
let me
been
clarify
lacking that, and I think
I will tell you why, right? Because I remember in like in a pretty lengthy thread that I read through about like one of the novels, they were like, man, they were really getting risky when they said that there were naughty books being read by some characters, right? And I was like, that's the big, like, that's the whoa Nelly, here we go, buckle up. I was like, that's it? That's where, like, look, okay, but Twi'lek Square, too vanilla, Joe Burt. David Cage goes beyond that.
David Cage is going to be going into the the extended universe and like the books and shit, and he's gonna be finding the most depraved species.
Okay, but also TLDR, the reason why people are mad are not because of him being creepy. They don't like the racist things that he says. They don't like that. That's.
Oh, you mean wait? You don't like that also. The fact that he's just a liar. Let's go over some things. So when David Cage made Detroit Become Human, the very first 20 minutes of the game you play as an android who people spit and go, blue, blue, you're less human, and then put you on the back of you have to sit in the back of the bus as the androids and be like, yeah, what are these, like, these racial, like, comparisons you were making, David? He's like, no, racism didn't inspire my game, not even a little bit.
I will say his only tweet, he has one tweet and he's like, happy to announce this. And he like insta made sure that only people he wanted can reply to it.
Yep, of course. And then there's literally a character in Detroit. It's a black character, and he goes up to the android. He's like, "I understand your struggle." It's like, Jesus Christ.
Oh my god. That's like the have you seen the unconscious? Well, no, it's not I mean, they wrote it, but like in the Teen Titans thing, they're like, they don't like you because you're different. I have that problem too. I'm a cyborg.
No, I haven't.
Yeah, the Teen Titans animated thing. There's a scene, like there's an episode clip where like it's Cyborg and then Starfire, right? The person from space, and they're like they make fun of you because you're different, right? I know what that feels. And then like they pause for a bit. He goes, "I'm a robot," and or like I'm a cyborg, and you're like. That's where you. I was like, okay. I mean, you're right. Like, but like, I was like, you guys are really pushing that towards like a direction where you were gonna be a bit adult about this. But
we'll air this episode, but with a few minor rewrites.
Yeah, because I was like, it would have been fine. Like, I mean, I get it's a kid show, but like, you could have been like, I'm black. It'd been like, oh, damn, bold of you. But no, they were like, I'm a cyborg, and you're like, huh? You're wait, that's your.
I'm like, so true. I actually clutched my chest and I go, so true.
I was like, you were. I was like, nobody points, and I was like, like you're the only one. Like nobody's like, ha, you're a cyborg. It's like, what? That's not like. You're literally a superhero. This isn't like a struggle for you. Like this isn't. Anyway.
You were wrong. Everyone looks at him differently when he walks down the street with his big old power beam or whatever. Like it's really tough being a cyborg. It's just, I'm still getting it. This whole thing.
Yep. So yeah,
so
I thought that was a big one for you.
David Cage is on the fucking project. Okay. Let's quickly scoot down. Do you know what Final Fantasy VII Ever Crisis is? I'm going to say this as fast as possible.
No.
Final Fantasy VII Ever Crisis is a gacha mobile game that is a remake of Final Fantasy VII, Final Fantasy VII Crisis Core. It is the entire game's remade in horrible chibi style with with gacha mechanics for costumes, I guess. I have no idea. I don't know. It's a fucking nightmare. Combine that with Final Fantasy VII First Soldier, which just released, which is Fortnite on phones.
Yes.
They are milking Final Fantasy VII for every single cent they can get out of it. Getsu Fumaden on Dying Moon. I know the series. I don't know anything about that. Not gonna comment on it. If it's good, it's good.
Okay, I'm scrolling through. Mario, more Rabbids. Nice, big win. Love it. I actually don't know anything about it, but I heard it was actually not bad. So cool, awesome.
I don't know how you just passed up something called "I Am Jesus Christ" for PC.
Wait. I think I actually know what that is. I know what that is.
I don't know. I have no idea.
Let me see. If it's the footage I think it is. Oh my god. Yes, it is.
What is this?
This is like the dynamic biblical experience.
Like, dynamic biblical?
Like, I forget where it was. There was like a trailer. You should find the trailer for it. Wait.
I Am Jesus Christ is inspired by the New Testament and hopes to spread gospel uniquely and engagingly. Journey through over 10 hours of gameplay across. I hope it's like fucking Metal Gear Solid. I hope that
No. It's like a first-person thing, and you do Jesus-esque tasks, I believe, to raise your Jesus meter or something.
Your Jesus meter? I really hope you like crawl through the fucking microwave hallway and you're getting like God's pinging you on the other side.
Yeah,
that'd be awesome.
I remember this. When was I talking about this though? I don't know, but this can't be real. Like, I mean, I saw it. I saw the trailer. It's not real. I refuse to believe it is.
I'm looking at footage right now.
Well, I know. I saw the trailer too. It's hold up, would play. I mean, see, like, okay. I think I need to make it a point here to say
that you hate religious people.
No, I was gonna say I have nothing wrong with religion. I think there's a lot of value.
You really did hesitate though, didn't you?
No. But I'm going to play this game, and I am unfortunately, I'm going to clown it, not because of its content, but because it exists.
Content. I mean, Jesus is going to be, he's not going to be the fucking Neolithic caveman he should be. He's going to be some beautiful fucking Kurt Cobain white man.
Yeah, I was going to say white man.
White man turning water
I will
into
clown
wine.
some of those decisions, of course, but like, I'm going to clown it because it's going to be a bad product if it comes out. It is. There's like, it is.
I have nothing against the Catholic Church. I have nothing against them wanting to own every piece of infrastructure. I have nothing against.
I don't sound like this.
Nothing against Sunday school as a practice. I honestly don't even think we should investigate, the practices that go on, because a church is like a bedroom, is what I say.
No more.
And if the government can't peek their eyes into the bedrooms of the people, I don't know why they'd look into the churches. I don't know what they think is going on there. My son comes home just fine.
No more.
And that's it. I'm at the end, and I didn't see anything else I wanted to bring up, so I think that's all for fucking games.
I'm gonna just. Now that's funny. Now you weren't even out of the frame fully.
I couldn't get out. I couldn't escape.
That's what makes it funny. But I mean, we've now pushed past the 2.5 hour mark, which I think is plenty of time. But that's what's gonna happen. You guys were like, I mean, nobody said anything about. Nobody has criticized our podcast. Because
however,
we're so infrequent.
Let's make a vow now. A vow right now. Not a vow that our next one won't be about games, but how about a vow that our next one is not 100% about games?
That's fine.
So that we have some variety here, because I'm sure some people who want to listen to it are like,
it's just talking about games. They're just scrolling through a thing and they're just talking about games.
They're just going through a list.
They're just talking about games.
Of games?
Of games?
It doesn't even sound like they like most of these games.
That being said,
actually, they said they hate that one. Why are they talking about it?
Wait, did we hate one? We didn't hate.
They said they hated Hello Neighbor. We hated Hello Neighbor.
We did hate Hello Neighbor, and I did say I'm not excited for Starfield.
This was chaos. A lot of variety. Literally, as long as you consider that everything was a game variety, this was a huge amount of variety. It couldn't have been more, because this list had like 100 and something entries.
I will make this promise though. The next stream we do have, okay, well, I'll make this promise, and I kind of, so part of my funny brain is telling me that I want this to unintentionally fail, but we won't talk about Fire Emblem. We won't do it. We won't talk about it.
So true.
I think we have, except one episode where we didn't talk about games at all, we have clowned Fire Emblem, or I have been upset about Fire Emblem, or any of that
every
sort.
Episode.
And just about every episode.
I think you're right.
Like, I very clearly remember we spent like a good 7 minutes talking about how when there's cutscenes and then they show the corners are like the wrong orientation. So it looks like you're in a fucking Alice in Wonderland looking room, because it's not the right room. That's not how a room's formatted. Those corners don't match up.
I remember that as well. It for some reason, you're right. The cutscene areas are just like these textures on a fucking box, but they don't line up right.
They don't line up right. Like, you can't. I'm all for like
I actually, if you want to help me, Matt, I'm planning on making a tier list soon. If not a tier list, then just a list in general. That I'm calling the ugliest games in recent memory.
Yes.
So how about we make that an inspired topic for our next podcast as well.
That is
because
so
I like
exciting.
the idea. Yeah, there's so many good possible entries.
So many ugly games.
Yep, and it's recent memory, so we don't even have to. If we forget about one, it wasn't there. Okay, it doesn't count.
This is excellent. This is so good. This is perfect, right?
Yeah.
Is this organized? No. Does it involve us clowning? Yes. Does it involve us hating something?
It's nothing but mockery.
Yes. It's perfect. This is the triangle strategy of the Boycast. Disorganization, clowning. Hating.
Clowning, autocracy.
This is perfect. We're here. This is it in our pure form. So yes, I think we'll call it here for a
Yeah.
whopping almost 3 hours.